Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table. Where we chop up locally and globally, then vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little with that. Why niggas is so for you? Glass a little with foes, current events talk. Trash a little bit, never know you with your mic. Crash a little bit, addicted to the content. Got them binge watching, don't like it, think you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and you got parking lot before you buy it. They don't wanna miss a segment. It's HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come white, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and say sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, sister. What's up? What's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the live, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Make sure you like and share the video. Let me get I got cords all over the place. Hold on. Okay. How is everybody's week? How's everybody been? Everybody doing good? Excuse me. I know it's been a long, crazy week for me. I'm behind on a couple of shows. So tomorrow, I don't know how because I have a super busy day tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm going to try to knock out 3 TV show reviews by the end of the night. I'm going to try my best. I have to work tomorrow and I'm on grandma duty while my son and his girlfriend go out on a date. On a much needed date. They hardly go out. And I'll be telling them, even when I get my baby, my grandbaby, I call him my baby. I'll be calling them up, where my baby at? They be like, your baby is asleep. But even when I have him, just to have him, call him, hey, I'm coming to get my grandbaby. I'll be like, why don't y'all go do something? Go out. What y'all got planned for the nothing. We just gonna sit around the house and binge watch some TV or get caught. I'm like, y'all gotta go out. Y'all gotta go out. I know it's all about the baby, but it gotta be about you too. So, try to give yourself some time to hang out with each other, have fun, go to movies, go shopping, go out to dinner, things that a lot of times babies can interfere with, especially when they're real young and be crying and cranky and hungry. And now he's teething. He has 2 little teeth. Tomorrow, I'm going to get him tomorrow and I'm going to try to take a picture. Because my son and them said every time we try to take a picture to send you of his 2 little teeth coming in, he be sticking out his tongue every time they be trying to, pull down his little lip. And like he just be sticking out his tongue, blocking them from being able to take a picture of his 2 little teeth that's coming in. But yeah, he's doing good. I just ordered him a big pack of teeth and rings from Amazon. And I also ordered him a big winter jump snowsuit because y'all know here in the Midwest in Nebraska, it gets crunk in the wintertime. We don't know what it's going to do from day to day. It could be negative 30 today. It could be 19 tomorrow. It could be 50 the next day. We could get 12 inches of snow on one day, then bright and sunny the next day. So Nebraska is like you blink an eye and the weather will change. So yes, I ordered him a big old snowsuit for him for I was about to say Christmas for the winter time. So yeah, I've been going crazy on Amazon for this baby. But as far as what I got going on coming up, and y'all can let me know if y'all have some things going on too or coming up soon, something fun or exciting. I don't know if you might call this exciting, but my kids are grown and I used to take them trick-or-treating like a lot of parents did with their kids when they were growing up. I used to take them trick-or-treating all the time, to all the nice bougie neighborhoods far from the hood and, get them costumes every year and all that whoop. And I said once they got older that I was going to start giving out candy in my neighborhood and stuff and dress up and, all that, get all festive for Halloween because that is one of my favorite holidays. But, within the last few years, haven't been able to really do that. And I don't know how many people are going to be actually going trick or treat. I doubt if anybody was sending their kid out through the neighborhood for trick or treat. I mean, I wouldn't if my kids were young. But anywho, we're having like a drive-through trick or trunk event at our church. So some of y'all tuned in to my Tuesday night show with my pastor. It's called From the Pulpit to the Hood Table. If y'all missed that show with me and my pastor, or my pastor and I, y'all really have to get into that and check that out. My pastor, he's all about church, he's all about God, but he's all about the hood. And we came up with this idea a year ago. We had started doing shows before the pandemic, then the pandemic hit, and so we stopped. But and he's all about relating to people from the hood and people who are not of the church. So he's really cool. He's really down to earth. He's funny. I mean, he's like really super funny, smart, and everything. So you won't be like tuning into a show where somebody's just pushing fire and brimstone down on you. We have a lot of fun when we do our shows together. It's like from the pulpit to the hood table. We both from the hood. We both from the streets. We both from Omaha. He grew up in church. I grew up in church, but he's a pastor right now, and I'm just little old me. But yeah, if you missed our episode of From the Pulpit to the Hood Table with my pastor this last Tuesday, please check that out. And we're gonna be live every Tuesday, God willing, every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. And is that my girl in the background? Is that my girl?
You know it is.
Mama Diva, hey, what's up?
You know it's the one and only. Hey, y'all.
How you doing, Booski?
I'm here.
Excuse me for the sniffles. Excuse me. This weather change got me like,
girl. I know. When I got back from Chicago, I was sniffling like crazy.
Girl, it's like 40, 50 degrees or something in the morning, something like that already. And I'm like, dang, we just hit October.
And it was like 80 degrees the whole time we was up there.
Yep.
And then you come back here and it was like, It was a serious shock to the system, let me tell you.
Yes. And I was telling people early in the show before you jumped on how you can blink an eye in Nebraska and the weather will change on you so quick.
Girl, like, you know the motto is, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
Wait 5 minutes, because you can get a snowstorm or tornado.
Girl.
All in the same week up here in Nebraska.
I remember we literally had all 4 seasons in one day. But what was that, about a year or two ago? It started out, it was so nice. It was like 70 degrees. Then then the temperature started dropping. A thunderstorm came in, and then it turned to freaking snow. It was like, are you serious? In one 24-hour period. Girl.
You know what? Hey, Katie. Hey, Katie. Katie was one of our winners over the last few months of our monthly prize giveaway.
Hey, congratulations.
I think she won a face mask. Yep, she won the Hood Table face mask. Matter of fact, the person who won the last month, and I got to announce another winner tonight for October, but the person who, I'll have Cam come in here in a little bit and look at the list of names and give me a winner. But the person who won last month, I haven't seen them in the chats. I hardly ever see them in the chats. And I don't even know how to contact them.
Who was it?
Hold on 1 second. I'll give you their name.
Okay.
Let me see here. Because I keep a log every month because I like to go through every single winner. Every single member.
Face mask. I'm glad. Thank you.
Hey, that's what's up.
And baby, even if you vaccinated, keep wearing it.
Yep, I do.
Not just to show us off, but to keep yourself safe. Because, honey, you see now, okay, I know you looking, but just to bring this up,
Go ahead.
See, okay, you get 2 shots, right? You get your first one, and then 6 weeks later, you get the second.
No, 2 weeks.
They talking about booster.
4 weeks or something.
So that means I gotta get 3 of these damn things.
Yeah, you get the first shot, then a month later you get the second shot. At least that's how it was for me. And then after that, you get a month later. They talking about now we gotta get a booster shot, and I'm like,
no.
And then they talking about we might have to get shots every year. I'm thinking this is like the measles or the mumps or the chickenpox where we get it one time, and
I mean, when you're a kid, yeah, you get. I mean, I know what you're saying, the measles, mumps, and stuff, but yeah, no.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I do too, Katie. Because I don't trust none of these people, and people walking around just as willy nilly with no mask on. I'm like, you stupid as hell.
And I still wear my mask.
This the vaccine. I'm sorry, the vaccine don't even cover the variant.
Right. People still coming down. Left and right.
Fully vaccinated people are coming down with it.
Yes. Continue wearing that mask, and I'm so glad that you love your mask. I know the person before that won a fanny pack, and she was so excited. Like the fanny packs is coming back in, y'all. Shoot, y'all remember we used to wear those fanny packs back in the day, and they were so convenient.
Girl.
If you were out walking or jogging or at the park with your kids or at a concert or an outdoor event, you don't want to carry no.
See, I bought one from the dollar store because I used it when I was in my garden. Oh, speaking of, I got 1 million tomatoes. I just went out there and harvested.
Oh, really?
I got green and red.
Oh, I need to stop by this weekend.
And I got all kind of peppers. So yeah.
I need to stop by. If you got an overflow, I'll stop by and take some off your hand.
Please do.
Yeah. Hey, Sharon. Sharon said, but they are not dying. And
some of them are.
Oh, see, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the percentage. I haven't been keeping up with the percentage. But I'm sure the death rate is down.
It's smaller, of course. It's a smaller death rate, but it all the same.
Yeah. Well, I'm vaccinated, but to each his own. To each his own. Some people still not doing it, and I'm not advocating for it. I'm just telling y'all, I did it. I did it because I wanted to feel more comfortable in my household, especially now that we have a new grandbaby who just turned 5 months. But I don't know, when the grandbaby came, I think that's when it kind of really hit me. And I was like, should I get this thing? Should I get it? Should I get it? Because I've been like against getting it for a while because I wanted to sit back and wait. Yeah, me and you both. We was like, we want to sit back and wait and see what happens and see how it affects people.
I still I'm telling you, had it not been for the look in my child's face after he came from the doctor with me, I know my immune system is shot. I know that. Yeah. But that look on my baby face, when he begged me to get it, I was like, how can you tell your child no when they concerned about your health?
And I understand that. I know they really try to get people who have like health issues already to get it, compromised immune systems and things like that. So I get it. And my son, he actually, my 20-year-old, the last of the Mohicans at home, he had got his a long time ago. And he told me about it. I was like, oh, you did? And he was like, yeah. He walked right past me. I got my shot. I'm like, oh, okay. And he never said, are you going to get yours? Are you going to make an appointment? Nothing. He just took it upon himself to get his first shot. Then he went back a month later, got the second shot. Yeah. But as far as the booster, he said, Mom, I don't think I want the booster. He said, I don't think I want to put nothing else in my body that I don't really know.
I want to see how this works first, how this affects me first before I go and say, oh, okay, I'm going to put some more in it. No, let me see how this is working first.
Yep. Katie said, yes, my baby is within a few weeks of your grandbaby's B-Day.
I remember when you had the baby.
Yes, and she sent me some pictures on IG, her little baby. Oh my God, yes. Her grandbaby is gorgeous. Just so beautiful.
That's her baby.
I was like, oh, I know. I'll be showing my baby off on Facebook and YouTube. Sure, we got our own YouTube channel. Sure. Yes, we got our own YouTube channel, Yaya Ace and Yaya Adventures. That's our YouTube channel name.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and he be on Snapchat, but he be getting all the views. I be posting stuff, just random things on TikTok. He be getting all the views when I post him on there.
Look, my daughter took pictures today, and so when I was purchasing them, they had where you can get, the little what is them thing called on the back of the phone, the holder, the little, you know what I'm talking about, where you can get their face on there. And I was like, oh, I should get one of these. She was like, no. I'm like, why? She was like, Mom, do you know how psycho you have to be to get that? I'm like, what? What if I want my baby's face? She was like, that is just crazy. That is, a pop socket. That's what it's called.
I don't know nothing about that.
But I was like, what? She was like, no, do not do that. I was like, ugh. She's so haterific now that she's 11. I'm so serious.
You're welcome, Katie, and thank you as well. Thank you as well. But yeah, it's like
a pop socket. I couldn't think of it. Hell, I just call it a holder.
Yeah. Oh! Before you jumped on, I was talking about our plans for Halloween and how I was gonna be a part of the trick or trunk event at our church. So I don't know if your daughter, if you guys do Halloween or if you already got plans, but we're having a trick or trunk. Everybody's gonna be having masks on. The kids just go trunk to trunk, and we're gonna have our cars and trucks decorated, and it's gonna be in the parking lot of our church. And it's gonna be so fun. Matter of fact, I gotta buy the candy that I'm donating this weekend, and I already ordered my decorations online.
What day is this?
It is going to be on. You know what? I got to contact him.
It's actually Halloween night.
I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not for sure. Honest to God, I'm not for sure because isn't Halloween on Sunday? Yeah, Halloween is on Sunday, so I don't know if we're gonna do it that Sunday or Saturday. But you can either hit Kim up. You know Kim.
Yeah.
You can either hit Kim up or I'll hit her up after the show, and then I'll send you the information. Okay. But yeah, Kim, I think she's the one over it. But I just ordered my decorations for my SUV. I'm gonna have it all decorated and stickers on there and streamers and
just let me know everything. Hopefully I'll be in town then. I should. Well, okay. I don't know. I might not be, but if not, I'll have my son bring her down there.
Oh, Katie says she only know about the pop socket because she worked with tweens and teens.
Because my daughter being 11, that little tween age, that's how I knew what it was called, or knew the name of it. But I might be gone. I think I'll probably still be gone that weekend.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, I know I hit you up earlier now. I know one of the topics tonight, and if you have some more topics or anybody in the chat, y'all know how Friday is. There's no topics off limit, no holds barred Fridays where we discuss anything from the hood to the White House and beyond. So if you have something you want to discuss, you can jump up on the screen with us. I'll drop the link in the chat to jump up on the screen with us, or you can just type it in the chat, what topic you want to discuss. But one of the topics that I wanted to discuss was Jelani Day. I don't know how many people have been keeping up, with the current news and reports and, of the situation going on with him missing and then being found dead a month later. And then it's just a lot of
2 weeks to even identify him. It was like, really?
Yeah, because he was in the water for he was missing for a month. And if I read it right, he was in the water that whole time. And they said it was really hot in that area. Yeah. So I don't know how many people have been keeping up with that story. I know I just did a little bit on Gabby Petito, who, they had just determined that she had been strangled to death, most likely by her boyfriend, who has been missing ever since. He's been missing for a month now.
They're not gonna find that boy.
I don't think so. I think he done skipped the country.
Exactly.
A month.
They had they arrested him
at the time,
like they would have done Taekwon or somebody from the hood.
Yeah. And I saw that video too. Did you see the video of her when she was talking to the cops?
No.
There's like 2 different videos. One where they first had her get out the car and explain what happened. Then another clip was when she was sitting in the back of the police truck because they wanted, they was talking to her and just asking her, make sure she was okay, trying to calm her down. And you could literally see that this child, well, she's 22, but she was terrified. She was scared. She was nervous. And you could tell, like, a lot of people those police officers are getting backlash because they're like, you couldn't tell that this girl was in a dire situation, that she needed to be totally rescued instead of y'all driving the boyfriend to a hotel to separate them for the night. And then they had no idea if the boyfriend even checked in because it was domestic violence. You know how they do the domestic violence hotel stays and stuff. They don't put it under their name. So they don't know if the boy checked in or not. And if they would arrest him on site,
I'm not a big fan of the police in general.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, you know me. Mm-hmm. But given where they were, this was, some of them little country police officers, this may not be something that they were used to seeing or dealing with.
And that's what they were saying, but they saying cops should be trained for domestic violence to know somebody's life is in jeopardy. And the fact that people had seen him hitting her and slapping her, and they still didn't arrest him. But then to Jelani Day, like, what do you think about this? I don't want to say
nothing because then people be like, "Oh, you bashing the victim." I mean, I hate that stuff nowadays that you can't even speak the truth without people. Oh, you bashing this, or you slut shaming, and you bet. Why can't people speak the truth no more? What is wrong with saying?
Because there's too many sensitive people out here, and that's going to get me talking about Dave Chapelle. But keep going.
What I was going to say was, how much responsibility does she bear in the situation? How you're allowing someone to physically hurt you.
It goes on all the time. It goes on all the time.
Exactly. It does. Mm-hmm. And I say this to females that I know. How many times do you have to get your head bashed in before you say, hey, that's one too many times?
How many times does it take?
Because
most likely
one is more than enough. And you gonna feel my wrath. Mm-hmm. Trust and believe me.
Yep. I don't understand why, you can look at it from the outside and be like, I don't understand why people don't leave, why people do, why people, and it's really hard to understand when you're not in that person's shoes. But the thing about it is, most likely when they saw him hitting her and slapping her and knocking her around, it most likely was not the first time. He did not wait till they on a trip, in Wyoming wilderness to decide to hit on her then.
He probably, and the sad part is he had probably planned that.
I thought about that. I sure did.
Now, the one thing, another thing that I might get backlash from, there's like 20 black females from Chicago missing right now.
Right now.
So what makes this one little white girl so special?
And that's why I wanted to talk about Jelani Day as well tonight. Have you seen any of the videos? Because I want to play a video. It's about 6 minutes. I know a lot of people probably busy or might be watching or not watching, might have to watch it later. But I really want to show this video, especially for those of y'all who have not heard much about it, because that's why the police and authorities are getting backlash now, because they are comparing the coverage and the police attention of Jelani Day and Gabby, who both missing around the same time, and how Gabby got way more coverage than Jelani. So the police and authorities are getting some backlash about that. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm shocked that he even got any coverage. And that, I'm being honest, especially with him being a black male.
Right.
It's
And
hard
he's
enough to get a
young.
black female on there, but they actually profiled a black male. Oh, honey, I was shocked and surprised. Oh,
Girl. Well, let me show this video. I want everybody to watch this video, and Carmel Diva and I will give our feedback or our commentary on this video, and then I'm going to discuss some of the most recent things that his mother has been saying, and stuff like that. So grab you a drink, grab you some snacks, and get ready for this 6-minute video, y'all.
6 minutes.
6
minutes.
minutes.
6 minutes. Better get fresh shit on.
Hey,
on.
on.
I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Girl, it's okay. Shoot. Gotta have some fun.
All right.
Okay. Now the title of this news cover says family is pushing for answers into Jelani Day investigation. And let me bring it up here on the screen. Uh-oh. Why do I always do that? Okay. Here we go. Now let me put up our little banner real quick, our copyright. Maybe I'll put it in front.
That might work.
I'm having a moment, y'all.
We know.
I'm having a moment.
We wasn't gonna say nothing now.
But here we go. Okay, put up our little copyright. Disclaimer, we are using this for criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, education, and research. So we are claiming fair use for this because I know a lot of people have been getting hit with showing videos on their channel. Even if it is a news story that they're covering. Let me make this bigger.
Regarding the condition of Day's body.
The family's
Hold on.
attorney is here to talk more about this case. Haley Besner.
Day is speaking out after laying her son to rest this weekend. Questions are swirling regarding the condition of Day's body. The story has garnered national attention. The mother of 25-year-old Jelani Day is speaking out after laying her son to rest this weekend. Questions are swirling regarding the condition of Day's body.
The family's attorney is here to talk more about this case. Haley Besner joins us. And thank you for taking the time, Hallie, to be with us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about a statement that Jelani's mom put out, saying in part that no organs were missing, that there were contradicting facts from the first preliminary autopsy, and said that this is not a case of organ harvesting. Can you clarify what we know from the independent autopsy?
That's correct. We do not believe that this is any sort of organ harvesting or trafficking situation. My understanding is that essentially the body was just in very bad condition after having been in warm water in the Illinois River for probably 11 days. So there were things like eyes were missing, but that is consistent with what you would expect with a body that's found in a warm body of water for that period of time.
Attorney Besner, not sure if you can answer this just yet, but has there been a determination on the cause of death, and is the FBI helping out with this investigation?
No cause of death as of yet from either the first or second autopsy. Still waiting on cause and manner, hoping that we'll get some answers soon, but we realized that because the body had so much decomposition to it, that may not be something that we're able to determine from the autopsy. The FBI is involved. They have a behavioral analysis unit. I spoke to some of the officers on the case earlier today. I understand that they have a conference call set up with the FBI on Wednesday. My understanding is that the FBI has been reviewing reports that have already been done, reviewing interviews, evidence that's already been collected, and sort of offering their opinion on what the police need to do next in terms of who they need to speak to, questions that need to be asked so that we can get some answers to some of the questions we've been asking.
You know, one of the big questions here, you mentioned that the manner and cause of death is not known at this point. Jelani
His mom, of course, says her son was
Pointing to
murdered.
murder right now?
Is there evidence pointing to murder right
I
now?
believe so, yes.
I believe so, yes.
There's
no
plausible explanation
for
Jelani's body ending up in the river other than
foul play.
Jelani's car was found 60 miles north of Bloomington, where he went to school in a town that he had never been to before. The area where the car was found is very suspicious for a car to be there. It's not a place that Jelani would have known about. It's a place that someone local may have known about, but it's not somewhere that you would drive and drop your car off on the side of the highway. The car had no license plates on it. We still don't know where the license plates are. We don't know where the car keys are. We don't know where his cell phone is. His body presumably went into the river about 3 miles from where the car was found. And that last week of August was really hot in central Illinois. It was about 104-degree heat index. There's no way he drove 60 miles, hid his car in the woods, got rid of his license plate somewhere, and then walked 3 miles to put himself in the river. I mean, and he was on the swim team in high school. It's not like he would have accidentally drowned. To me, there's no plausible explanation besides foul play.
Sounds like a lot of questions, and that family definitely deserves to get those answers. Attorney Besner, thank you so much for joining us on First at 4.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the clip that I wanted everybody to see, because it's a lot of people who do not know about this disappearance of this young Black college kid. And like they said, he was a swimmer on his swim team in high school, but he was found dead in a body of water, a river, not an ocean, but a body of water. So they're basically saying, it's most likely that he did not drown. Yeah, like a creek or something like that. So it's very suspicious. Very suspicious. And then the fact that
is ironic. And I just told you.
Oh, welcome to the chat, Miss Cislo.
Hey, Miss Cislo. But the town that his car was found in, just a week ago, I stayed in that town.
Wow.
Spent the night, me and my kids, on our way to Chicago. It got late, and I was like, okay, I'm tired. Let's pull over. And the motel or the hotel we slept at literally was right under the town water tower.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't find out that this young man went missing or his vehicle was found in that town until like 2 days ago. I was like, what the hell? That scared me.
That is really scary.
That I had, especially for the fact that I'm traveling with my almost 19-year-old son. And here's another young Black man that's dead and missing. Well, he was missing, but rest his soul, now he's dead. Very suspicious. Like the lawyer, I believe that this was foul play. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna let you finish what you were about to say, but I got an opinion on this whole thing.
Oh, I was just saying that it's very suspicious, and it was it's a lot of foul play that was going on, most likely by more than one person. But his mother, they have a Facebook page. If anybody you want to follow his Facebook page, it's called Justice for Jelani Day. And I think his mother is the one running it, because most of the posts have like her name under it, Carmen Bowden Day. But she did say, because at first it was brought out in the public, in the media, that his organs, like all his organs were missing, his eyeballs, his jaw was sawed off, things like that. But she
his
just
brain, his liver, his spleen.
Yep, his spleen. And she posted 3 days ago. She said, I want to be very clear about this journalist and his article. Nowhere in the article did it say the eyes or the organs were removed. She said, my previous post was written because I was and continue to constantly receive messages and questions about organ harvesting, which again, I said was not the case. So I don't understand how that story came into play. Maybe it was because his body was so deteriorate, because it was in the water for a long time, and they said it was 104.
Yeah, probably badly decomposed.
Yes.
And you got animals out there, but to me that only plays so much into the decomp of his body and the condition of it. Like, how is animals typically do not devour a whole body or a whole part of a body. They'll take parts of this and then move on to another part. They don't eat the whole brain.
Unless it's a really big animal. And he was in like a river, like in Chicago, or, not Chicago, but outside of the city. They said it was like how many miles away?
It's not too far from Chicago.
Kind of hour away.
Away from Chicago.
I'm sorry.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, boo.
Hey.
I said in a lagoon. If he was in a lagoon or something where there are alligators and things like that, maybe, yeah. But right. This whole thing with the young exploited missing athletic type, especially African American, brings that movie, the one with the sunken place. What was it? You guys know what I'm talking about. The movie that talked about the sunken place.
Get Out. Get Out.
Okay.
It brings that movie, right? Anything that
you got a lot of
Hollywood
feedback, Mr. Slow.
Based on. Do I? Okay, because I'm traveling, so I'm gonna mute and try to fix it. But I'm listening.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just letting you know you got a lot of feedback.
Oh no, I don't.
You got like your windows down?
Huh?
You got like your windows down?
No. My windows are up, but I'm gonna mute it until I, get because I'm on a freeway.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
Gonna be kind of.
Well, you can keep talking. I was just letting you know. I didn't know if you had your windows down or not.
Oh no, but
but keep going. Keep going.
It brings that movie to light, and the thing about it is that a lot of those movies in Hollywood are really based on true to life situations or things like that. Now, I'm not saying that they're harvesting organs, for that type of thing that was in the movie, but organs are being harvested, and not to say that that's the case with Jelani, because it's unclear whether his organs were missing or not. For sure, it was rumored, but then we do have a lot of young people fitting his profile, and other young African American young people that have come up missing and turned up, their bodies turned up without the organs and things like that. And
just like Kendrick Johnson down there in Alabama.
Oh my God! And that girl, and they found that baby rolled up.
And have they even gotten even closer? I mean, I know the case, his case has been brought back up into the media recently, but have they even got any closer to figuring out what happened to him? Because of course that whole bullshit story, that bullshit story. Talking about he fell into the rolling
how the hell you fall into an 18-inch wide
with his shoes on top, off his feet?
How you fall into an 18-inch
and his organs missing?
And his organs missing.
Right.
Now that one was correct about
his
the organs.
His body was stuffed with paper.
Newspaper.
Yep.
Shredded newspaper. Come on here, somebody.
How disrespectful is that? Just And nobody knows where the fuck the organs is. Somebody know where them organs is, because
Somebody walking around with some organs right
the
now in their
organ.
body.
But this is what I
Somebody
want to bring up
wealthy
with
and
Jelani
overseas.
too. Them organs is gonna tell the whole story.
Somebody
So they
wealthy
can't let
overseas.
them be found. They can't let them be seen. That's why they're missing from Kendrick. And I truly believe, you know, the mama has to come out here and say, oh, no, it's not here, because it's an ongoing case. But I believe that's what happened with Jelani, too, because I believe, this is my belief. This is me. If y'all got something to say, hit Karma Diva up. Don't hit the hood table up. But this is what I believe. I believe, because there's another video. Well, there's two other videos. Jelani went to a marijuana. Okay, the first video, he was dressed up. He had on like a suit. I mean, a nice shirt, a tie, slacks, and then the next thing you see, he's in running shorts and a t-shirt, and a dispenser, in a marijuana dispensary. They say he's in Peru, Illinois, a little old hick town that he probably never would have been in. I'm serious. That's one of them drive-throughs. Just, they had one strip, literally. Everything was on this strip. I can tell you, because I was there last weekend. But I believe he probably met a young Caucasian woman, a little Caucasian girl. She calls and tells him, hey, come over, let's get together, you know, go get some weed, we can kick it, blah, blah, blah. He goes,
hey, Polo.
You in this little hick town with a little hick princess, and now I believe they were probably about to have sex or had sex in his car. Because why would you be naked? Where the hell was like they said, where's the license plates? Where's the keys? This young man was found naked. I believe that girl either set him up, or she just, you know, he was in the wrong town.
Somebody even thought it might have been some type of Emmett Till stuff.
Right. And that's what I'm hinting at. That's what I'm intimating. But that, you know, hey, he was with this white girl, they didn't like it, and they handled it. And I don't know if they took his organs out, if animals got a hold to him, or if the coroner actually has them and is reviewing them. I don't know what the deal is. I pray that this gets solved and that the family finds some kind of peace. You'll never truly be at peace with something like this, but some kind of peace of mind through all of this.
Right, because on that same post, his mother at the end, she said, I don't know if any of you even remotely consider how draining and emotional this is for my entire family. She said in capital letters, we are not okay. I'm not okay. So please continue to pray with and for us. Pray for the community and people that are helping us seek answers. So that means let's pray for each other as we continue to find out what happened to my baby. And she said, sign Carmen Bolden Day. Hashtag what happened to Jelani Day. Hashtag justice for Jelani Day.
Yeah.
And he was 25. He was an aspiring doctor. I mean, he had a bright future ahead of him. A really bright future ahead of him.
But you know, part of the KKK's motto is to kill our young black men, because they help us to reproduce, and they're not too worried about the women, but the men typically grow to be stronger and will fight back. So they have to exterminate them. And this is sounding more and more like it could be one of those cases. And I hate that,
I
especially in
hate
this
that
day and
too.
age, because as far as we've come so far as a people, but then, we still, I don't care what nobody said, we still feel the effects of slavery, of Jim Crow, of, the civil rights era. We still feel the effects of that. And
Racism.
to have a racial or racially motivated, possibly racially motivated hate crime committed, that just puts you back in that mind frame that you cannot trust white people. And I hate that.
Not all of them. Not
No,
all of them.
I know, but I'm saying it takes you a minute, because you start looking and analyzing everybody, but then you have to think, okay, well, so and so ain't like that, and this person, and it takes you a second to get back to reality, to what you know to be true. But it fucks with your mental, it fucks with your peace.
It does. And even like when my kids were little, I don't know if you had kids who had really close besties with white kids, but
have you heard my
youngest my youngest my youngest son, he had a best friend. He had like 5 best friends, but one of them was white, and he was always invited at their house. We always invited him at our house. I love that little boy. They still keep in contact to this day, and they both 20 years old. But when he first started going over his house, I told him signs to look out for from the parents, the grandparents, the uncles, the aunts, the cousins. I mean, it's the same thing like with the police, how we got to train our kids how to act in front of police, how to behave, move real slow, tell them I'm about to grab my wallet, tell them I'm about to open the door, tell them I'm about to reach for my, you have to talk to them like that. And it was, I felt I had to do that back in the day, because I remember growing up and some of the white people I hung around, their parents back then, it's like we couldn't see it because I was real young. And when you grow up in the hood, you mainly around black people. And then when you go over a white person's house, I'm like, okay, like some things I can see now that I didn't see then. So I would tell them somebody's disrespecting you, saying some stuff that you think is condescending, something like that, because your friend, your bestie could be cool and not a racist. But then, further up the chain, when you get to the elders in the same family, they might feel a certain way about black people. And you don't want your kid to be caught up in no bullshit, because then you got to come through there kicking down doors.
Right.
And it's a whole...
Then it'll be a whole situation.
Girl, a whole situation. I'll be like, you don't want these problems. You don't want these problems.
End with me sitting on the curb smoking my last cigarette for a while.
Girl, like I said, it's certain situations where I would just go to jail, tell my mama, don't worry about raising the bond money. And it's stuff that would happen to your kid. Like, I can't imagine what this lady, his mother, Carmen, is going through. Like she said on her post, we don't even remotely know how draining and emotional this is for them, because it hasn't happened to us. But every situation like this, whether it's a cop murder, where it's something like this that happens to a black person, mysterious deaths, it's like, it's very sad. It's very sad, especially when it happens to young black kids. He was 25, but that's somebody's
still young.
Still young. And I got a 24-year-old. You got a 19-year-old son. I got a 24-year-old and a 20-year-old son. And I worry about them every single day that they walk out the door. And we make it a point since they was little, every day. I don't even have to, my son, as soon as he's about to turn on the alarm, love you, Mom. See you later. It's like
my kids know it's a
love
habit.
love you all through the day.
I tell y'all all the time. I tell them we made it a habit. It's you get up in the morning. Good morning. I love you.
Yep.
I love you most of all.
Yep. At nighttime, walk past his door. Love you, son. Good night.
Okay. Good night. I love you. I love you.
Because you never know. You just never know. And it ain't got to be something tragic like this. It could be a car wreck. It could be them get sick, coming down with something. You just never know. So we make it a point. You do not leave out this house. My oldest son, 24, don't hang up the phone. It don't matter if he just called, hey, Mom, we dropping the baby off. All right, love you, bye. I
I've
mean,
gotten
it's
in the
like,
habit of doing that with my
yeah.
family, with people in general, my family and my friends. You know, when I hang up, okay, love you, just because life is so short.
Yep. Yeah, me and my homegirl, I ain't gonna say her name, but we be hanging out sometime and on the phone sometime, and we some old heads, you know, we grew up together, but still it's like when you have those type of people in your life, good friends, besties, your family, like it's not odd for me to say love you girl when I get off the phone, or her say love you girl. And with my sisters, and love you with my bro, we was on the phone for like an hour last week talking about our dad, you know, my stepdad, his real dad. But we was on the phone talking about everything under the sun, laughing and everything. And after he was like, love you sis, love you bro, you know, talk to you later. It's like those words are so important to me, because you just never know. Life is too short. Life is very, very short, and you just never know. You just never know.
And you're right, Katie. I do that with both my kids, not just my son, but my daughter also.
You're right, Katie. Yep. Well, a black son or daughter has daily. Yep. It's real. It's so
black
real.
Girls,
like
a lot of people don't address, and it's sad. Black girls have a lot of trauma too.
Yeah.
Young black girls have a lot of trauma too. They carry a lot of time. They carry not only their emotional burdens, but the burdens of almost every female in their family that they come in contact with. Because everybody got a story, and that story may stick with that child.
Yeah. I remember a time my oldest son got pulled over. And at first I was like, I think I told this story before, but at first I was like, when he hit me up afterwards, it was his first time being pulled over when he was like, I don't know, 20, something like that. And I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, what happened? Why they pull you over? Because I'm like immediately thinking about just police brutality, all that kind of stuff against black people by the police. And he was like, Mom, you always taught me not to reach for the phone or nothing when I'm getting pulled over. Because I was like, why did you call me? Why didn't you call me right away? I said, duh, Tanya, duh. Of course I taught him that. But I was so panicked,
and I don't mean
I'm like,
and I don't mean to, you know, just say only black women feel that, you know, but for the most, I can only speak from my perspective, from what I've lived and what I've seen. And I'm sure, you know, white women, Hispanic women, you know, women in general.
Yeah, everybody. I think every culture, every race goes through something. There are some things that we went through for over 400 years that other races went through, maybe similar, like the hit. Like, girl, I can't imagine that shit. The shit we went through, you know, for 400 years, that shit that Hitler put all them people through. I mean, just throwing babies into the fires and lining people up and just shooting them with shotguns. I mean, the most despicable things that you could do to a human being. A lot of different races and cultures have been through hell and back, or their ancestors. So yeah, we all go through certain shit, and that's why a lot of people sometimes are like, well, all lives matter, and they kind of take away from the Black Lives Matter movement, because we know that all lives matter, but in a way it's like all lives
why do black people have to fight to get the same rights that we are supposed to be enabled with from birth? Why do we have to fight to get
start getting them right?
That's the point.
Yeah, and that's why some people say, they try to break it down as this: all lives don't matter until all Black lives matter. And that's it. It's not like we don't love no other races. It's not like we are prejudiced. Like some people, oh, you guys got to be racist or prejudiced if you think all lives. No, people just be dragging it out. Like they know what it means. That's
just like with Colin Kaepernick kneeling. They knew what that was about.
Yeah,
they did not care.
They
wanted
care
to make it into something else.
Oh, they're trying to be disrespectful. They just want to be disrespectful. They just want to be
disrespecting the flag. You know, that is a piece of material.
Right. The flag don't mean shit if we all don't have the same rights.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line.
And not only that, he did a silent protest, and he got permission from a vet to do it. The vet told him what to do, because initially Colin was sitting it out, and instead the vet told him, no, just kneel. Just kneel.
And it was a silent protest. He wasn't yelling things. He wasn't being explicit. He wasn't.
Right.
I mean, they might have called it making a scene, but you know what I mean.
Like, how's he making a scene? He's sitting there silently, ain't said a word, he kneeling. Maybe it was against his religion. They don't know. Well, they do, but still.
Right.
Just like I remember when I was in school, like just because that was what I knew, but like the kids that were Jehovah's Witness, they didn't salute the flag.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that too. A lot of different cultures back then. Like, remember how we used to say the Pledge of Allegiance and things like that. That was so like common back then. And then, you know, how they took prayer out to school and all that kind of thing. They said, a lot of people joke around, but I think it's partially true. When they took certain things out of school.
But when they took prayer out of school, the schools went to hell. They did. They did.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, and then while we talking about that, because I had to get on somebody in the comments one time, not these comments, and on some posts, but somebody had mentioned, they were like, we were watching this video and somebody was like, oh, thank God, blah, blah, blah. And I'm an atheist and I don't believe in God. And why, if your God is so wonderful, why does he let blah, blah, blah? And I was like, hold on. Who the fuck are you to come on here and sit here and badger this person because they said, thank God? Just because you mad because something didn't go right in your life and now you want to blame God, that don't mean you get to sit here and disrespect this person and their beliefs. If you don't like it, shut the fuck up and scroll on. You ain't got to sit here and do a dissertation. I'm like, I cannot stand that. I'm like, why do y'all feel we can't sit here and say, you know, how we feel about whatever religion we are, and here they go again, blah, blah, blah. But then you get the right to sit there and try to dissuade me from believing or discouraging me, or, you know, just, I'm like, shut up. That's why I can't argue with it. I mean, I can, but I'll be ready to punch somebody.
Right. I get it. And also one thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you see my post on Facebook or if you remember about that murder of that little girl back in 1990.
I did see that the other day.
Well, it's coming up on her. Well, she would be on, you know, it's been like what, 31 years. Yes, it's been 31 years on the 19th. So 4 days from now, it'll be 31 years since she was murdered. And I had posted her little picture because everybody's been posting it on social media. A lot of people has been posting her picture on social media. Some of the friends of who were friends with her when they were younger, you know, went to school with her. They've been posting her picture, and I just want to share the picture real quick of this little girl, because basically they're saying, you know, please don't let her be forgotten what happened to her. But this beautiful little girl, say her name, keep her name alive, because a lot of people don't know about this story, and a lot of people might have heard about it and forgotten about this story. But this little girl, she was murdered in 1990.
I don't remember her or the story. I remember you talking about it, but I didn't remember her. But the name of the killer, I do remember.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little the background of it. It was 1990, October 1990. Well, basically that was the night when it started. when the story first started, but she actually was killed in the middle of the night the following day after midnight. So it would have actually been like October 20th when she actually died.
Mhm.
But yeah, her name, as you can see on the picture there, is Naomi, and she was 9 years old. She was 9 years old, and she was killed and raped by her godfather, Asa Carter. He was convicted of first-degree murder. Yep, he was convicted of first-degree murder for causing the death of a 9-year-old girl doing perpetration of sexual assault upon her. It was 3 trials. His first conviction was overturned by the court. A second trial had resulted in a mistrial. Then they did a third trial. The third trial, he was found guilty and sentenced to life in jail. And as far as the background on the story, on October 1990, the victim, the little girl, spent the night at an apartment of her godfather and her godmother. And the godmom was a childhood friend of the victim's mother, the little girl's mother, and was considered to be the godmother. And she had testified basically that the little girl had arrived at Carter's apartment. That's the name of the guy who killed her, the godfather, Asa Carter. And she had arrived there October 19 in the evening and throughout the early mornings of October 20. And basically what had happened, to break it down or to keep the story short, was he was like drunk, high or whatnot. And the little girl wanted to stay in the bedroom. The little girl stayed in the bedroom with her godmom. And during that time in the bedroom, I guess the godfather had got aroused, they said, and he wanted to have sex. And he told his girlfriend, the godmom, that he wanted to have sex with her and the child. And the girlfriend, she got upset, couldn't believe what he was saying. She got mad and she left. And so, and this was around 4:15 a.m. on October 20th of 1990. And he had indicated.
What are you going at 4 a.m?
I don't know, but yeah, she said she testified that he appeared to have been drinking alcohol and became sexually aroused, and indicated that he wanted to have sex with her and the little girl. And he told his girlfriend that if she loved him or cared about him, then she would let him have sex with the little girl. So she panicked. She left the apartment, leaving him alone in the bedroom with the little girl. When she came back, when she left, the little girl was sleeping wearing her nightgown. But when she came back 40 to 45 minutes later, the godfather was standing in the doorway, and he started telling her, I didn't do anything. I didn't mess with her. And then the girlfriend, she went in the room, found the girl lying there naked, no pulse. And immediately the boyfriend started threatening her and telling her she better stick to his side, or whatever happened to the little girl will also happen to her.
She shouldn't have left the little girl with him in the first fucking place.
Right.
The minute he said that, she should, if you leave in the house, you should have grabbed that baby with you. How stupid are you to leave that baby there with that man?
Yep. And then after that, he took the victim out of the apartment. They put all the sheets and stuff in the bathtub to try to clean the sheets. 15 minutes later, the girlfriend called the little girl's mom and told her that her daughter was missing. Then the little girl's mom called the police, and they started a search immediately. And basically, she did cover for him. The girlfriend did cover for him, when it first happened. But then later, she testified to what had really happened. But yeah. So, and then plus another victim, because the boyfriend, he had went over to one of their friends' house, and he called the girlfriend to come over there, and they were whispering and talking about it. And somebody overheard the girlfriend tell the godfather, but Asa, you were wrong though. So yeah, he, they found out that basically they did DNA, found his blood and semen on her clothes, on her body, on the sheets. The results identified or tested positively with his DNA, and basically she was raped, she was sodomized, and she was smothered to death.
Precious baby.
So her picture has been going around the internet. People have been posting it because they want to keep her name alive. Neomi Lily. That is her. It's such a sad story. I remember when it happened back in 1990. It was a big story back then, and it kind of reminds you of what happened to Amber Harris too.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't know why I can't remember her killer's name. I see his face, but he.
Hold on, I'll look it up real quick.
I mean, reminds me of Asa.
Let's see, Amber Harris killer. But I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Was it Roy? Yeah, Roy. Yeah, because that was the man who he had impregnated his girlfriends. There was his stepdaughters, his girlfriends, girls, like 3 of them. Was it 2 of them?
It was 2 of them.
It was 2 of them. He didn't mess with the other one, but it was 2 of them. The other one of my brothers used to date. The one that didn't get pregnant by him, my brother used to date. And I remember all the way back then when I used to stay down the block from them on 48th Street, on 45th and Lafayette. I used to stay in apartments right on the corner, and they stayed down the hill closer to
oh yeah, I remember you telling us
to Radio Highway. They stayed closer down there to and basically they used to run up to my house all the time, yelling and screaming, talking about what they dad. I mean, it was unbelievable back then. I was like, tell your mom. We be telling her, but she don't believe us. I was like, wow. And then when they first told me about their kids, I was like, wow. And this happened way before the Amber Harris thing. Like, he had been locked up before, but he should have never been released. Had he been locked up forever for impregnating and having sex with his own stepkids.
Ellis, wasn't his name Roy Ellis?
Yep. Hey, Deanna. How you doing, boo? Yep.
His name Roy Ellis.
That was so sad too. And the little girl, her family stayed right across the street from my mother, because my mother used to stay on 16 and Lotha Block. And she stayed over there for years. So when that was happening, the police and everybody was outside around her neighborhood like every day.
I know, because I lived on 16th when that happened.
Yeah.
The block was all. I mean, hell, I didn't do nothing, but I was like, damn, the block
was hot. Every time I would go over there to visit my mom when she stayed on 16 in Lothrop, they were just walking everywhere, collecting stuff, walking through alleys, knocking on doors. I mean, when that little girl, rest in peace, Amber Harris, rest in peace, Neomi.
She got tortured, poor baby.
It's so sad, but yeah, so them 2 stories, just so very sad. And then you think about the stuff like, this happened here in my city, this happened here in Omaha,
and them is the ones that we know of. Those are just the ones we know
right
of.
That we know of.
That's the truly sad part.
That's really sad. Hey, what's up, Shadow Clan? We already know that's Brother Tone.
Oh,
what's going on?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing, making it do what it do.
Oh yeah, and I want to say, I don't know how many of y'all know. If y'all could keep my family in your prayers. I lost a cousin earlier this week. I don't know how many of y'all know E. Goldwing Lawler. He was in a lot of motorcycle clubs, but
I saw that post on Facebook you shared.
Yeah, he passed away earlier this week, so I want to send my condolences to his kids and his sister and the rest of my family.
Yes, please keep her family lifted up in prayers, and also the family, the homeboy Taurus. Oh my God, that's one that I didn't. Johnson,
the one
it's all over Facebook.
The one that used to be on here? No, that was
no. He never actually got up on here. I think he might have commented in a chat long time ago, but I don't think he ever jumped up on our live. Not on the screen, nah.
Now, what happened to him? What happened?
Well, I would rather not say online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't want to say it
his
online.
family, and rest in peace, brother.
Yeah, rest in peace. I go way back. Which I think Tony even knew him. A lot of people knew him. A lot of people are very familiar with him, friends. He had a lot of people who loved and care about him. We go all the way back to high school.
Yeah, he was solid. He was cool.
Yeah, cat. He was cool. He was a good dude. But yeah, so he passed away. So prayers to his family, his sisters, his brothers, his kids, and one of his kids, his son. He looks, oh my God, just like him.
Hey, Tone, tell your wife, I don't know if she had this teacher, but one of our history teachers died the other day too.
Oh,
Miss
wow.
Moran.
Okay. What was her name?
Miss Moran.
You said Miss Moran?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing the Cash App, Deanna. Yes, anybody, if you want to, feel free to donate to our Cash App.
Or you can donate to Carmel Divas fund so I can go see my mama again.
Miss Moran.
Matter of fact, hold on, let me see.
Okay.
She remember her?
Yeah. She said she heard.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Miss Moran was cool. She was one of them teachers that she was an older white lady, but she kept it all the way real with you. She didn't bullshit with you. She was like, I teach this class. I'll never forget that. She was like, I teach this like a college course. If you can't if you can't hang, you need to leave now. I was like, damn. But I learned a lot in that class.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's usually the kind of teachers that you do learn a lot from.
Right.
The ones that don't play around.
So what I didn't miss so far? My bad.
You done missed a whole lot.
We just talked about the boy whose body just was found, the 25-year-old.
You talking about the one where they didn't find him till later on?
Yeah, like a month later. Mm-hmm.
And they talking about that they found his stuff in his car and he was in some all white town and
they said in a town he would have never usually visited before.
All his organs is missing and they saw his jawbone off.
Well, yeah, that's what they first were saying, but the mom that came forward and other people that came forward and said that is not what happened. His organs were not missing. They want to make sure that people is not thinking this was just some organ underground.
Well, he still shouldn't be dead mysteriously.
Right.
Don't nobody die mysteriously. Everybody is a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's demise is gonna have a purpose.
Right.
But to die off like that, nah, bro.
Horrible.
Y'all suspect.
Just horrible. It was just horrible what happened to that young man. 25-year-old college student, good kid. Aspiring doctor. Like the picture that they keep showing is him wearing his what do they call them, doctor's jackets, or the long white doctor coat or whatever they get in college. It's just what happened to him is, I really hope they do find out what happened to that young man. But a lot of people, again, we was talking about kind of like how a lot of these Black missing cases or disappearances don't get near as much attention as
because it ain't worth the gossip.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody. If you can't make no money off of it, or if it can't go gossip, if it ain't on the level of who fucking with who or who doing what or who got the best of this and that, it ain't worthy of
If we not the thing is, and it's a actual thing, they call it white woman syndrome or something like that. It's an actual thing they call it. It's called like white woman savior syndrome or some shit like that. But not only that, but if we not on there acting a fool, who phone is that or computer?
I don't know. Oh.
No. if we not on TV acting a fool, but shucking and bucking and jiving, then they don't give a shit about what happens to us. Typically, it has to be something horrific before we get any kind of press. And that's the sad and discouraging part. Or one of them anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'm about to put your link in here, Carmel Diva.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So to donate to Carmel Diva's traveling fund, to visit her mother who is 8 hours away in a care facility, click on that link that I just put in the chat. And we talked about it a little bit last week. Her mother who has been having some health issues. They had to move her out of town to a care facility in Chicago. It's like 8 hours from where we are in Omaha. So Carmel Diva has to go back and forth. She's not one of those children who drop their parents off in a facility miles away and just leave them there.
No, ma'am.
So
No, ma'am.
that does happen though a lot, because I used to work in one of those type of facilities and I saw it all the time. Then when they died, all these children come out of nowhere crying and stuff in the lobby. I'm like, dang, I ain't never seen y'all before. Y'all ain't called up with the.
I mean, those of y'all who been on, a hoodie for a minute, y'all know I talk about Mama Diva all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's me and Mama Diva. Mm-hmm. That's one of my best friends, and I gotta make sure my mom is straight. I gotta make sure she's well taken care of, and not only that, she has to know. I want her to hear my voice, and I want her to know that she's not forgotten. She's not, I'm not just sticking her somewhere like you said and just forgetting about her. That she's loved, and that was the one thing I whispered to her every day when I was up there. Mm-hmm. That I told her, I said, you are loved, you're wanted, you're needed, and you're necessary.
Right.
And I made sure to tell her that every day when I was up there. You are wanted, you're loved, you're needed, and you're necessary.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I think not just my mom, but people in general, we need to know those things. We need to share that with one another. We need to let our loved ones know those kind of things, that they are necessary to our lives. You're not disposable.
Yeah. And what's your Cash App? I still gotta send you something too.
It's Punkin, PUNKINK 77.
PUNKIN. I always want to put the P in there, the XP, but it's PUNKIN 77.
Mm-hmm. Punkin K 77.
Yeah, PUNKINK 77.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got the link to her fund. It's kind of like a GoFundMe, but it's called Spot Fund, and I put the next comment is her Cash App. So however you want to send her something, I'll do a Cash App. Yeah, I'll send a Cash App. But yeah, we gotta take care of our parents, grandparents. So it's so much going on in this world right now, and a lot of people are having a lot of issues.
Honor thy mother and thy father,
or your days will be short. And I don't want to go all biblical on y'all, but that's one of the main Bible verses that I took to heart growing up. I really truly did. I'm like, oh,
I did
when you see these. Yep, and then when you see some young people who pass very early, that's what I used to think back in the day. Like, they must have been real disrespectful to their mother or their father. I used to think that, like, for real, when I was younger.
No, I didn't think that, but I was always raised that you honor your mother and your father. Mm-hmm. And my parents, I say they spoiled because me, my sister, and my brother. I have a sister with my dad and a brother with my mom, but we fucking spoil our parents. We do. I mean, like, we don't just buy little junk or here. Oh, no, we spend money on them. And it ain't just holidays. It's, okay, I may be flipping through something and be like, oh, my daddy will like that. So I'll just buy it. Oh,
Yeah.
that'll look cute on mama. Here, let me buy that.
Yeah.
And I
That's
even
how I
do
used
that
to
with
do
my
my
bonus
mom.
mom. I'll be like, oh, she likes these. Hell, the stun guns, they got a new one. It looks like an ink pen. I was
Ooh.
like, oh, I went and bought her one because I knew she said she wanted one or needed one. So I was like, oh, here, let me buy that. And she was like, oh, thank you. Yeah, here.
Yeah, up until my mother got sick, we used to do to the kids. We would call her up every time we down there left the house. You want to go out to eat with us? You want to go to the mall with us? You want to go shopping with us? Do you need some groceries? You know, it was like, I don't know. And then especially when our parents get older, even before they get to the time where, you know, they might not be around that much longer, it's like, don't wait. Don't wait. Give
Right.
people their flowers while they still here, while they still can enjoy the flowers.
Right.
You know, don't wait till it's too late and they can't even enjoy the flowers. And you know that don't necessarily mean flowers for some of y'all out there. That just means love them, call them, hang out with them, you know, stuff
Show
like
them
that.
they're needed and
That they're needed.
necessary.
That you care about them, that you love them. So yeah, I mean, the things that's going on right now with all these kids disappearing and people coming up murdered, and then the pandemic, and this is one of the times of our lives, you know, over the decades, because it's things that be hitting us, like the whole world. Every now and then, there's always something that hit the whole world. And that's when people like to show more love and show more passion and concern. But we can't be waiting to the, like they say, don't wait till a funeral to hang out with your family, friends, and loved ones. Like, how many of y'all normally, like, that's when you see people? It is true for a lot of people. They see people at funerals and don't see people till another funeral. It's like, it's really sad that it's like that.
I think my family is unusual, like on my dad's side, because we hang together all the time. I mean, it can be a damn Thursday and we just kicking it.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of families are like that. I mean, I hang out with my family. Well, before, I ain't even gonna lie, before the Rona, yeah. But during the pandemic, no, I was locked up. I ain't coming to your house, birthday. I ain't care. I love you. I see you on Facebook. But yeah, before that, you already know, we was always playing cards, having parties, kickbacks, barbecues. That's just how I get down. But there are some people who they never see their family and loved ones till a funeral.
I got a cousin who always act like he don't know nothing that's going on. And I mean,
do he say why nobody told me, or why nobody?
Yeah, he friends with everybody on Facebook. Like my aunt, one of my aunts passed away like 3 years ago. Literally, everybody was posting pictures of this woman and saying "rest in peace" to her. It was like a month later, he was like, how come nobody told me she died? And then spelled her name all wrong. And it was like, where were you? Your daddy was there. Your sister came up from Texas. Where were you? Now, if your sister come from Texas, how the hell you didn't know and you here in the same city?
Well, you know what? I hear people be telling me that sometimes. Now, you know, when I'm doing stuff like barbecues or kickbacks, you know how I do. I post it on Facebook and I say, who's ever interested in coming, especially if it's a big cookout, if you want to bring something, whatever, hit me up, ask me what's needed, or just show up. I always say that, right, on Facebook. I'm like, if you want to come, just let me know so I can know who to expect. Because I already know the same crew that generally comes.
I'm gonna be there.
But then it'd be like some extra people might be like, hey, I ain't doing nothing. Let me swing by Tanya's house, you know? So I always put that out there, but it'll be somebody I didn't know. I didn't nobody tell me. Ain't nobody we don't do like we used to do back in the days with the telephone, honey. Ain't nobody calling 150 people, 25 people to tell them about no get together. It's on Facebook.
There are certain situations where I get mad. I ain't gonna lie. Because, like I said, with my immune system, I don't go out a lot, especially now. But it be things that my family do sometimes, and I'll be like, y'all didn't call me. Nobody saying that.
Especially if they don't put it on Facebook.
Yeah, or they be like, oh, we knew you wasn't going to come. What? You can't just know. That might have been the day I wanted to show up. But
And I'm the kind of person who just won't show. Like, I remember times people would, I would hear through the grapevine, cousin such and such, or uncle such and such, or whatever, aunt such and such doing this, and you should come. And I'm like, I wasn't invited. Come on now, you know you can. No, I've always been like that. That's why when I do my stuff and I have my get-togethers, especially the summer ones, I post on Facebook. This is what I'm doing from this time to this time on this day. If you have not told me that you are interested in coming, please comment below or inbox me or hit me up on the phone. I always make it open because it's always like the same people that come, my same friends, family members, you know. And then every now and then there'll be somebody who ain't never came to one of our kickbacks before, you know, our grown folks things, you know. And it'd be fun. It's always fun. So much fun. I miss doing that, doing things like that before the pandemic. I hate saying that word. I just can't wait till it's over.
Girl,
if it will be over, like they say, some people say we might be wearing masks for the rest of our lives.
I'm truly starting to feel that way.
Yeah. Did you see the little figurines that I posted on my Facebook page? It was a nativity scene. You know how they have like the Jesus and Mary and the baby, you know, and they have face masks on, and it's available at Amazon. The baby in the manger, the little baby, even got a face mask on.
You would not have a mask on baby Jesus. Oh my God.
It is so cute though, but it's funny because it's like, this is what we become. Like,
you know what I still think is funny as a holiday thing? Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen that one where they got the nativity scene, but they got, you know how the Coca-Cola cans had names? And it say Jose, Maria, and Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, I remember because me and Kim and me and her husband Roscoe, we had took pictures with the cans or the Pepsi things, and I can't remember. One of them said friends, and one of them says something else. But me and her and me and Roscoe, we took our like separate pictures at this event they was having somewhere at the park. And it was so cute because it's like, I don't know. I really liked when they had started that and they had put people's names on it. When I first seen my name on one and it was spelled exactly like my name, I was like, oh, I got to go get it, but I could never find it.
My name ain't never going to be on no can unless they start canning Chianti wine.
Unless they start taking suggestions. Like, they should take suggestions on names. Okay?
Hey, my name is starting to be more popular. I'm starting to see more and more Chiantis. I'm like, who the hell is your parents? And
Yes. Please like and share the video. Thank you. But yeah, is there any other topics? I don't want to take away from anybody else. I know I brought some topics to the floor, but Tone or Karma Diva or anybody in the chat, if anybody else has a different topic, we got about 30 more minutes because we've been trying to keep this thing from going 5, 6, 7, 8 hours.
Y'all ain't doing nothing. It's Friday.
Tone be trying to keep us on here to 5 a.m. in the morning. Right. Where you gonna be? Still on the hood
table. But you were talking about Dave Chapelle the other day. I didn't get a chance to
watch it.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
I watched it, but I ain't.
Well, what do you think about it? What do you think about the backlash?
I think people is too damn sensitive. It's like, was he talking to you
sensitive? Sensitive.
Like, you gotta handle all these people with kitty gloves like all the time,
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's a comedian. That's what he does, and he's the kind that points out real shit that's happening in the real world.
Him downstairs.
Hey, Deanna, if you want to jump on the link, Deanna, I can put the link in the chat. I know you just did a show on your YouTube channel. Make sure you guys, if you are not subscribed to Deanna Urban's channel, please subscribe to Deanna Urban's channel.
Like, getting mad? Was he talking directly to you? Because that means what they say, a hit dog will holler. Mm-hmm. Is that what happened?
What had happened was
he said something that applied to you and you didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Because my thing is this: the one thing I can say about Dave Chapelle, he talk about everybody across the board.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said the other day. The one thing that I like about most black comedians, whether they white, whether they women or men, they generally talk about everybody, including ourselves.
Right.
They talk about ourselves almost more than they talk about anybody else because we do some funny shit. We black people, we do some funny shit, but so does other races. And you know, it is. I just hate that so many comedians feel like they are so censored. Like we don't have nearly as many stand-up shows that we used to have.
Right.
Nearly.
Because people so sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's like take your old crying ass on somewhere. Then maybe this ain't for you. Maybe comedy ain't your thing. Go watch a romance.
If it don't apply, let it fly.
Because I mean, you know, it's comedy.
If it don't apply,
supposed to make you laugh. It may make you think, but to make you feel offended, no, that ain't what comedy is supposed to be about. And what he was saying, what was the part that was wrong? He was speaking of things that he went through.
Experience. And I love his story about his friend. What was his friend's name again, Tom?
It wasn't Deborah. It was.
Hold up. I had.
The one he made friends with.
Yeah, the one that he made friends with, and the one who committed suicide. That was after. That was sad.
That was so sad. But I'm glad that they had a chance to make each other's acquaintance and become.
Yeah. He really, and generally speaking, it's
you
like
can see that he really did care about her.
You could tell, and he was still joking about it. But one thing I liked what he kept saying was, if she was alive, she would love his comedy show. She loved all his jokes, and she was transgender, trans woman. And he said she loved all his jokes. She came to all his shows.
Right. And he had her start opening up for him.
Right. And he even helped her. Like she really was an aspiring comedian. And he said, you know, the first time he seen her do her jokes at that club, she bombed. She was horrible. But after talking to her, like after that, one guy started asking her, like, is the drapes the same color down below, you know, referring to her blonde hair. He said after her comeback at him, like him and her just had like this 2-person show the rest of the evening where he really asked her about her community and questions he's been wanting to ask people. And it was comedic. It was funny. Their back and forth display. And they, after that, became very, very, very close friends. And that was sad what happened to her, the backlash she got for standing up against him when people were saying that he didn't like trans people. It was very sad. But I enjoyed it. I really do. I think I'm going to watch it again because
I'm tired of people being so insensitive. It's like, get over yourself, please. Get over yourself. Life is already too damn serious. Why you gonna make it even worse and harder than it fucking has to be? Laugh, bitch.
Right, laugh a little. Like when Puerto Rican comedians, they talk about white people, black people, they talk about them too. Oh, Mexican and Puerto Rican, they really talk about their own people. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's funny. It's a laugh. It's a hee-hee. It's a ha-ha. I think in this world that we in today, we need comedy. We need to laugh. People are just too stiff, too sensitive. Relax a little. Relax. Now, if somebody walks up to you and says something demeaning or degrading about who you are or what you look like, that's different. But that's you know the difference between somebody just trying to be comedic and then somebody really trying to hurt your feelings and knock you down. You know, people have to know the difference. Like, I don't know.
They know the difference. They just want to be difficult. And, you know, it's like I said, people are too damn hypersensitive nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, get over yourself. It's not that deep. It's not.
Really not.
If he ain't out here killing people or instructing people to kill people, shut up. Let him bring laughter to other people.
Yeah.
You sit your soul puss ass down somewhere and let everybody else laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was good. I really enjoyed the show,
Now,
and
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think it was that damn funny. I think
yeah.
Sticks and Stones was way better.
Yeah, Sticks and Stone is the one that really got him a lot of backlash.
Girl.
Yeah.
But
But
I
this
love
one,
Sticks and Stones because he left nobody untouched. He talked about everybody.
kids, predators. He talked about everything. Oh, and the lady's name was Daphne. The transgender
Daphne. I
trans
knew it
woman
started
was
with a D.
Daphne.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, Daphne.
Rest in peace to Daphne.
But yeah, speaking of Netflix, well, speaking of shows, period. Have either one of y'all seen the movie Karen yet?
No.
Boy, that's a good one.
What,
That's a good
okay,
one.
is it about a Karen or somebody?
It's about a
named
Karen who's actually named Karen. That's like her real name, and that's like the funny the key of the movie. The whole movie is that she is really a Karen, like through and through. You know,
Oh, God.
they like, how the hell you gonna be a Karen and your name Karen? Like, but yeah, this was like Karen on 100, Karen on 1000. But that movie is really good. I had ordered it off of Amazon Prime. I rented it for like $3.99, $3.
Bitches you want to run over in the parking lot?
Yes. But man, y'all gotta see that movie because the way it goes down in the end with the wife and the Karen, the black wife, the neighbor, and Karen. Oh man, I was in there like, get him. Get that bitch. Get that. It's a nice fight scene at the end. But yeah,
I would have required a fight scene to happen in the beginning and the middle too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell what goes on in the movie, but I really wish y'all could watch it so we could all talk about it together because
tell the business.
That was a good movie, y'all. I'm just saying. And at first I'm like, do I want to go to, because I couldn't remember if it was just at the movies or if it was just on Prime or something like that. And I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna order it.
Give us a synopsis of the movie.
Synopsis. Okay, so a black couple. The black guy, he runs like a community center back in like the hood or the urban area. The wife, she's a blogger. She's does videos on Instagram. She has like her own blogging site and she's really famous. So she does very, very well on her blog, like financially. And they move into this really suburban, this really nice, bougie, $1 million house type of neighborhood. And the neighbor, the white lady next door, her name is Karen. And is right from the beginning, you can tell she's a racist. And she thinks that she's entitled. She takes entitled to a whole nother level. Like the first day they moved there, you know how those certain areas have all these laws, these what do you call them?
The bylaws.
Bylaws. And I guess maybe they didn't read the book or the pamphlet or whatever it is. So when you take your trash out to the curb, you're supposed to remove it like immediately after the trash come to pick up. And so even if you go to work, like as soon as you get home, like a lot of people do that, but sometimes people just run up in the house and they might get it later or whatever. She made sure to knock on his door, and it was the way that she was telling him. It's like everything she was saying was everything she said to them all the time was condescending, demeaning, racially motivated, but she just did a lot of things. Like she was really trying to get them out of there. And then her brother, they are a part of the brotherhood. They call it. The brotherhood is kind of like a KKK, or they had the KKK sponsors. They had the hoods, all this kind of stuff in her house. The white lady had all that, and her brother was also a part of that. So he would pull over black people in the neighborhood who even lived there. He would harass them, arrest them. She called, like some of them Karens be doing on they be getting caught on video calling. Mm-hmm. People out here, please help me. She was acting like these two black kids was walking through the neighborhood. One of the kids, his father's a civil rights attorney. She didn't know. But yeah, and she was the head of the neighborhood association. That's what made it even greater. She was the head of the neighborhood association. So, and on top of that, she was entitled. She was like racist, you know what I'm saying? And part of the brotherhood. or whatever.
Shit.
But yeah, she was a whole lot. She put them through hell. And like I said, I don't want to tell everything, but she put cameras around her house pointed directly at their house, like at their garage, at their house, their backyard, their front yard. All her cameras on her side of the house was pointed at their house instead of pointing at her own, you know, where you know how people normally set up cameras. They were pointed directly at their house, and she was just doing certain things, just harassing them, trying to get them kicked out the neighborhood. And at first the wife was like, she was crying, she was just like, I don't want to live here, please, I can't live to this lady. And you know, and the husband was like, no, we ain't moving. And then finally the black lady, she said, fuck this shit, we ain't going nowhere. It was like, and the fight is about to begin, you know. So it's really good.
I'm gonna rent it just to get to the fighting part.
Yes, it's a fight. It's a fight and a gun. I ain't gonna tell y'all who gets shot, but several people get shot. But yeah.
Cutting and shooting.
I know that's right.
Yes, and that I'm telling you, when you watch that movie, you be like you know, my shirt that I have that says "I wish a Karen would." Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, every black person should have that T-shirt. Go out and get your T-shirt made saying "I wish a Karen would" in big letters, black T-shirt with white letters. Make sure it stand out real bold, because I wear that thing mostly when I go to Walmart. But you know, Walmart, they be cutting up in Walmart, so I'll be up in there with my shirt. I know they probably like, why this bitch always wearing this shit every day? I don't wear it every day, but sometimes I wear it when I go to Walmart. But yeah, every black person should own that T-shirt. Let them damn Karens know. You walk out the house, bitch, I wish you would. Like,
starting the pistol. That's what y'all need.
Child. But yeah, it's a good movie, so I do recommend y'all watch it. And y'all watch it maybe over the next week. Rent it off of Amazon Prime. It's like $3, or watch it. I'm gonna
hack up in there. I ain't paying Amazon shit. I'm paying the country boy shit. That's what Bernie Mac said. I ain't paying them country boys shit.
Well, however you go about watching it, maybe you guys can watch it and we can discuss it next.
I can give them their little time money. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, give them their little time money. Put a little something in the offer plate.
They ain't gonna get no 10%. They might get 1%.
But yeah, speaking of time and offering,
the other 9%.
You said what?
I said, can I get the other 9%?
I had to go holler at I had to go holler at the deacon.
Baby, I'm playing with you. I mean, if you do, you do.
No, I had to go holler at the deacon. He was my weed plug. So.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what. Speaking of church and tithes and everything, make sure y'all be tuned in to our Tuesday shows with me and my pastor, Pastor Rollison of Greater New Hope Baptist Church. We do a From the Pulpit to the Hood Table segment on Tuesdays at 7:30, and we talk about basically what we do here. You know, from the hood to the White House. We talk about different things going around the world in the community. And
Reverend Gene.
Yes. And for most people, like I said, if y'all have seen our shows before and in the past, he is cool, funny, down to earth. It's like, okay, we know this man a pastor, but he seems so, you know, chill. But yeah, I love him. I love him and his wife, the First Lady, Latanya. They are amazing. They are amazing. And I love my church. And me and him came up with this concept before the pandemic to do a show every week called, because he wants to make sure that the hood knows that the church still hasn't forgot about them. So it ain't no preachy fire brimstone. He gives some good words of encouragement, you know, throughout our show, but it ain't like, you know, you in church and you come in to watch our show and you just gonna be, you know how it can go, you know, with some people of the cloth. But yeah, but don't get me twisted. He's all about God and, you know, heaven and hell, and he believes in all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we have a lot of fun on our shows. And some of the topics last week, we talked about Gabby's disappearance. He talked about her. We talked about that big old fight between Benson and Brian, with the parents came out on the field trying to fight too.
Oh, what?
When all this happened?
Yes, this happened. The fight was last Friday.
What was y'all playing at?
He's a chaplain of the football team for Benson, and they was playing at Brian, and Brian had won their first game. They were like on a losing streak, and they won like their first game in a while. And somebody, when they at the end of the games where they go and they shake hands and stuff like that, the teams. And one of the Brian kids said something to one of the Benson kids, and a fight just broke out. The parents, instead of going out there to help and pull their kids out of the situation, they joined in. Like my pastor, he got ran over and trampled down to the ground. And he had to stop the police from taking some kids to jail on the football team. It was a hot ass mess. And the parents, not all the parents, I want to say not all the parents, but he said a lot of the parents was out there acting just as bad as the kids on the field.
That's a north side, south side thing. Trust me.
Yeah, and so we discussed that and how parents, we discussed kids and teenagers and parents not being their best friends of their kids till they older in life, things like that. It's okay to be close to your kids in a certain way, but there's a thin line, like that parenting, that friend. Right. Kids got to know when not to cross that line. And when they see us doing fucked up shit that we shouldn't be doing, that we teach them not to do, it sets a tone for the kids when they in school. So we talked about a lot of stuff last week. But yeah, that's what we do. We talk about things. We might talk about something that went down in our own hood. We might talk about something that's trending.
Hood table roguish too.
Yeah,
we is. So what?
Roguish as hell.
We fight you too. So what?
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm from the hood, so hey, I done had many fights in my days, and the clown and that ghetto and ratchet and
I have all never that in my entire being.
Sure. Well, I can't even lie.
We ain't worried about that. Bro,
I can't even lie.
She's the girl that throw a brick at the passing bus and be talking about she did it.
I can't even lie. From 4'8" to 16.
I ain't saying nothing.
Sure. But
on the grounds I might incriminate myself.
That's all I'm saying. I ain't gonna say what I did or who I did it with. But
I seen you, but I ain't gonna tell.
No, please don't. Please don't.
Look, and see, his wife was.
I know.
Some of my behavior, so I'm gonna just hush.
Tone ain't never seen me do anything incriminating. We just used to kick it all the time.
I ain't never did nothing. I'm innocent like a mother. My name Bennett. I ain't nowhere near in it.
Take it to the grave. Take it to the grave.
I've been a preacher all my life. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I know. I be trying to say I'm a saint. I've been a saint. I'm a saint.
Preacher of what though? That's the thing.
A preacher of ass kicking sessions.
See, you got to be able to, listen to people what they saying. You can be a preacher, but a preacher of what? I knew he was. I tell my kids, you better learn to start reading between the lines.
You better learn today.
To tell you anything. To tell you anything you want to hear.
You gonna learn today, boy.
I you know what? I think I'm gonna start a hospitality. I'm gonna start a segment on my YouTube channel for a hospital. It's gonna be called a hospitality hour because people need to be. You need to take people back to the A, B's, and C's of the hospitality industry. Of what to expect and not to expect. Rule number one when you are traveling. Rule number one is to remember you are not at home. And this is not your personal home. Right. So don't expect personal home amenities on your personal or /leisure or /business trip. That is just not how the hospitality industry works.
No matter how much you're paying for that.
No matter how much you're paying. It is not your personal home. And it is not your personal amenities. You are to be treated accordingly. So act accordingly and
what
act
you mean
like
my kid can't color on the wall with a magic marker?
Folks need to act like that they know how to work a simple remote, or people done got so bougie now because now you can control everything from a smart watch to a iPhone to everything can be controlled from a watch and cell phone apps and all that. So people tend to forgot how to use basic on and off power remotes, volume and up and down channels they didn't forgot how to use thermostats because they so used to using their Google Nest is where they say, Google, cut my temperature down. And you can be halfway across
or
the world.
Alexa.
Exactly. See, they or Siri, you know, who the hell is around my house, you know, around in the neighborhood. Tune in on my ring. You know, people that got so used to that instead of just, oh, okay. Oh, that's what it is. I guess poor folks are the only ones got to still operate their thermostats.
We didn't got lazy. I ain't even gonna lie. A lot of people.
And that's not good.
Yeah.
What y'all think about y'all new president gonna be coming up?
What?
You said what now?
What y'all gonna think about y'all next president? Because look like Joe ain't gonna make it. Creepy Joe ain't gonna make it.
You said
Well,
creepy
who
Joe, not sleepy.
the hell is supposed to be running?
Shit, Donald John coming back, like I told you.
No.
Shit, that's y'all president.
No.
I'm trying to tell you. I don't know why y'all keep that. Okay, but for real though, on the strip, how would y'all really feel if he actually did, if the Republicans, and he is the House representative, did actually nominate him to run for presidency? How would that?
I would move to Mexico.
I'm moving. Yeah, I'm with Carmen.
What I'm saying is that because they cannot
grab Mama Diva first. Karma Diva.
He didn't get impeached.
We're gonna have to grab Mama Diva
Right.
and move out the country.
I'm going somewhere, but I ain't staying in this motherfucker.
I mean, what we went through with the people climbing all up on the White House, y'all think that
Donald John didn't do that?
What's wrong with Donald John? What ain't wrong with Donald John? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Creepy Joe and his unforgettable Nat King Cold brain having ass. Don't get me started on Creepy Joe.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest speakers do not necessarily reflect the views or position of the host of the Hood Table.
I'm so tired of I'm waiting for Donald John to come back.
They all crooks and criminals, so hey.
But you know what? Joe is the biggest one. He been a politician for longer I've been living. And that's
really, you said really? Because Donald John. When I was in Chicago, I told my kids I wish I had a bag of my tomatoes to throw at his building. Because I was parked across the street from it and wanted to throw just a bunch of tomatoes and eggs at that bitch.
Don't you throw the tomatoes away because I'm going to be over Sunday.
You going to jail. If they see you,
and you got peppers too?
To jail. They going to call the authorities on you.
Well, let them go. Hell, I got into it in Walmart with a cop.
Ooh, when was this?
Chicago?
Yeah, in Chicago.
Oh no, you
mean when you just went?
You better keep your ass up out of Cook County. Like, don't fuck around with them people like that. Them niggas,
but he didn't have no business coming up and approaching me like that.
Please tell us what happened.
Because all black folks look
me and
like
the kids, we ran in. It was a Walmart across the street from our hotel, and it was late. We ran in there. We grabbing some stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I'm finna go down here and grab this so we can go back to the hotel room." You need to go. Make your way to the. I was like, "Excuse you? I'm about to go over here and grab." They've been announcing the store is closing for half an hour. Well, I ain't been in the store for a half an hour, so how the fuck would I know that?
And I'm a visitor anyway from out of town. So
right, he was like, "Make your way to the front." I was like, "You know what? Fuck you," and I'm gonna go on because I'm not finna sit here and argue with you. Because obviously you need the money because that's why you working part-time in Walmart.
Well, that's just like, even if you go to the dollar store 5 minutes before they close, they'll still let you in. Just have your ass up there.
We were already in the store.
See,
all I wanted to do was go to an aisle down, like 3 aisles over, and grab something and come on.
Girl,
you know, folks be taking stuff personal, them jobs, girl. You already know.
Because they want to leave. That's what it's about. He's ready to clock the hell out and go home. And that's the only reason why.
That's what it was.
Donald John for president. That's why I can't wait to old Donald John.
Fuck him.
I don't care how much security y'all got at Walmart. It's people still gonna steal shit. And now they got the exit entrance where, you know, in the main entrances you can't come out like the same way you go in.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was so mad one time because I had left my wallet in the car and I couldn't go back. I had to walk around.
I go out and make the alarm go off.
Girl, I was like, Ooh, no, the thing wasn't even open.
Girl, it open if you pull it hard enough.
Oh, well, see, yeah, it wasn't even open. I'm like, hold on, why can't I go out this day? They said, ma'am, you have to go back. I was like, oh shit.
I'm not doing that. Fuck you and this little
I
arm.
want to start a unique service in all the inner city neighborhoods. I'm just trying to think. Is like I don't know, something like a drive-through ratchet service or a mobile,
Make a mobile wig service or
eyelash
service.
I'm talking about like for the thought community. I'm talking about like a mobile thought mobile. Like, you know, you can get
jump up on
got eyelashes, fingernails.
There is one like that here. There is because I seen it at
single cigarette
thing.
Single cigarette
on 24th Street, where they have it's a RV, and you go in there, and the girl does nails.
See, that's
no, I'm talking about a thought service. I'm talking about for
you
the
can
thoughts.
They can come and rent it out for like. I think that's a good idea for like little girls' birthday parties or something like that.
They can get their stripper gear. They can get their thought boots.
Oh damn!
They
hot thigh boots.
Well, you think about it.
Speaking of buses, y'all, my cousin and I, y'all know my cousin Cece, we gonna be doing a little bus thing for our birthday in December.
Oh boy.
You already know me and my cousin be we turn up, period. But yeah. My cousin
is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a date tomorrow.
Well, y'all try to free y'all. Well, I know you ain't gonna be in town, Tom, but you know, Karma Diva, free up some time.
No, every time I come to your party, something happens. So
no, but do it be my fault?
Yep.
No. See, I'm gonna start signing, make people sign waivers like R. Kelly.
We ain't doing no NDAs.
Get off of Kels. Y'all ran that man. Y'all sent that man to hell. Now you talking about just like it. Y'all be shaming yourself.
I'm locked up. Can't get out.
Y'all be shaming yourself.
Can't get out.
Don't say no, because I was kind of on Kel's side a little.
Free Kels and bring back Donald John.
Throw away the key. Lock the nasty motherfucker under the jail.
So who would y'all rather have? Donald Trump as president or R. Kelly free?
Do you know how many little girls will be up in the White House?
I'm just asking. I mean, if that
you talking about invite them all up here for a school trip, for a school outing.
For real, which one would y'all rather have?
Donald Trump.
Wow, really?
At least he messed with the grown ladies.
No. Yeah,
no, but for real, can you imagine how many school field trips?
Oh no, don't say
that. Invited to the White House.
Go back and read right before he got sworn in. There was a lawsuit.
Yeah, he grabbed her by the twat.
Oh, I know all about that. Yeah, but if I had a preference, he better make the law official that you can sleep with little kids. He better try to write the law and send it up to Congress and to the senators.
Well, the nigga did say, when you say teenage, how old you mean?
Yeah, he did say. What you talking about when you say? What do you consider a teenager? What do you consider? Like, what do you consider underage?
You mean?
What do you consider underage? Like, this motherfucker be having the audacity. Come on now. Shit, fuck him.
When he said that, Teray's face was like, huh?
Fuck his nasty ass. Fuck him. Shit, I don't give a fuck.
That's what he trying to do.
He need to stay in prison as long as possible. Sorry, not sorry.
Yourself.
And I'm glad I ain't had no little kid stay near his nasty, freaky ass in Chicago.
How many albums?
Not just Chicago. Shit, he was transferring little kids from Florida, all kind of different states, just transferring little kids. No. But anyway, I don't even want to talk about him. I just can't wait to see what his time's on.
I can't wait till Donald Trump get back in office.
No, I can't wait to see what his time is gonna be.
That's what I'm talking about. I can't wait, and me and Karma Diva gonna go live.
Y'all childish.
What? Hey, this the hood table. We cover a lot of shit.
Well, shit, the way it's looking, Bill Clinton funky ass is gonna be kicking the bucket before anybody else do with his urinary tract infection.
All he did was inhale. I mean, he didn't inhale. All he did was.
He did not have sexual relations.
Y'all see the Monica Lewinsky thing? Is it on Netflix or Hulu?
That's why he got that. That's why he got that UTI infection.
Ooh, you see that Monica thing is on Netflix.
Where you hear that at?
That's what gave him a heart attack.
From a UTI?
Heart attack?
Ain't that mysteriously odd? How you can catch a heart attack from a UTI?
What?
Well, UTIs can cause a lot of problems, though.
Like I said, Big Bill was up and they had to rush Big Bill because his ticker got to messing with him.
When was this?
The other day. The other matter of fact,
can I ask you a question?
What's that?
Since we're talking about Mr. Clinton,
we're talking about Bill.
What did Monica gain from? And I'm not saying what she did was wrong or right. I'm just asking, because I didn't really follow her story too long afterwards. But did she gain anything out of coming forward about her little blue dress? And
yeah, she got she had a #1 bestseller at the time.
A book, okay, because I ain't never read her book. Okay,
all that.
Drink and a dress.
Yeah, she good. Yeah, and she got made money off that dress. I think she sold that dress for about she made a nice little chunk of change off that dress.
So she sold the dress.
Yeah, she sure did. Auctioned it off. Sure did. Somebody bought
it. Look, she got some protein and a dress. That's what happened.
Yeah, there it
is. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think
protein shot.
Yeah, well, she.
And again, I'm not saying what he did was wrong or right. Hey, he cheated on his wife. That ain't a.
And see, that was my part. That was my problem.
Cheat on her.
I didn't give a fuck what
Hillary set him up.
Didn't have nothing
How you think he got in
running the country?
So you don't think?
How you think he
letting
got
a lady give you a blowjob is cheating?
No, I didn't say that. That's not cheating. I said that. How do you think that he got into office? His wife put him up in there. When Bill Clinton was the governor of Arkansas, at that time, for them 4 years, Arkansas executed more of our people than the state of Texas. And everybody in the world knows that you don't out-execute the state of Texas. I don't give a damn who you is. Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, none of them got shit on the state of Texas when they come to give you all.
But why you say he didn't cheat on his wife, though?
No, I didn't say, I ain't saying that that ain't cheating. I mean, that's cheating is cheating.
What does that have to do with him?
Oh, because I'm up here lost. I'm like,
you said what that got to do with him doing what?
Into giving blowjobs. I'm like, what?
No, which part?
No,
okay, so him getting a blowjob. What did that have to do with running the country? What does that?
Tone, you gotta have us confused.
Well, I'm saying no. I was just making a reference about. As far because if she said that he didn't cheat, then I'm going with what the woman said. He wasn't.
Oh, so Hillary said.
Yeah, Hillary ain't. Apparently,
she didn't consider Bill Clinton getting a blowjob from Monica cheating. So she took that back to when he said, "I didn't inhale the joint."
I think both of y'all confusing each other.
They still married, ain't they?
No. I'm not. No, I get what he's saying now. Hillary was saying that he didn't cheat on her, and it's the same thing as him saying I really didn't smoke no weed that time because I didn't inhale. Get it? Yeah, I really wasn't having sex because she was just sucking on me. That's not really sex. And then as far as the weed, when he was, found out to be smoking weed, like, I didn't inhale.
That's not what he said. He said Hillary put him in office in
Oh yeah, that part.
Arkansas.
But it was just a reference. It was a reference at the same time in the same breath. You know what I'm saying? That because she got smoked, even though he might have been the puppet that looked like he was around the country, but shit, she the one had all the juice from the jump.
Well, that's like wasn't it Eleanor Roosevelt was running it when FDR was.
That's what I was saying. I mean, like Hillary. So a blowjob, she wouldn't consider that being cheating.
That's why I said I see what you're saying now. She didn't consider cheating, and he probably didn't either. Most likely, the same way he didn't consider him smoking weed because he claimed, even though we know he's not. Who smoke weed and don't inhale? Like you just doing this
I think Hillary was screwing one of the senators or congressmen on the low.
Allegedly.
Hey, well, allegedly somebody was getting that old
The
clock
views
box.
and
I don't know.
opinions.
Somebody
I'm
was
just
getting that
still
old.
trying to figure out what the hell because my thing was this: what happens in his bedroom or under his oval?
That has nothing to
under
do
the
with running the
Resolute
White
desk?
House.
That ain't got shit to do with me. Why do I care? That was like all that Tiger Woods shit. I didn't give a fuck who Tiger was screwing.
Because it's in
What
the
did it
news.
have
Me
to do with
neither.
me?
Me neither. They was grown. They. I mean, some of them was like real relationships too.
I didn't give
Well, so they claim. So the women claim.
I didn't get two shits about what them women was doing with
I didn't
Tiger
care either,
Woods.
and that shit was all over the news for like a year or 2
Right.
years straight. I'm
I
like,
didn't give
so
a fuck
what?
who
Let
Bill
the man
Clinton. I mean,
go.
I didn't give a fuck who Bill Cosby was screwing.
So he
Camille
likes
was
to golf.
okay.
Bill
He likes to
Cosby
golf and
wasn't
have
doing
sex. Let the man golf and have sex. Who cares? I know he's black. Well, even though they say he never claimed his blackness, his black side. I don't know. I don't want to get all into that, but
He was Carbolasian.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I know he was a great golfer, but I wasn't really into golf, so I really didn't care that he was screwing all these different ladies from here to Timbuktu.
He's Tiger Woods.
I didn't give a damn. He's Tiger Woods. Let the man have sex. You know what I like to go by? What did we talk about last time, Carmen Diva? The Braxton sisters on the Braxton show. Which one of the sisters was it that said that?
Is he gonna cheat? Let him cheat in peace.
Yeah, if he gonna cheat, if you gonna keep allowing your man, your husband, your boyfriend to cheat, if you keep allowing it and you're not leaving him, you're gonna stay. Why not let him cheat in peace? That's what one of the Braxtons said on the Braxton show. Let your man cheat in peace if you're not gonna make him face any consequences. And I'm for all that. And that depends on that's regarding if it's the man or the woman that's cheating. If you're gonna continue to stay with them and they keep cheating on you and keep cheating on you, having babies outside the relationship. Having babies outside the relationship, let them cheat in peace. Because I mean, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know. How y'all feel about that?
Sharon's not caring, so I don't know.
I mean, that's how I feel. Hey, my mama, like I told you last week, Karma Diva. I told you, Karma Diva. Was it last week or the week before? I don't know, but I told you what my mama told me when I was younger, that every man cheats. And why break up with a man who cheats when every man cheats and the next one gonna cheat on you too?
No.
That's what my mother tried to end.
I'm sorry, I'm
my head when I was younger. And I on one part of me was like, okay, I don't know. When you've been cheated on and everybody whether they married or dating has been cheated on, like everybody has been cheated on. Everybody. And the main thing, they usually break up. They usually break up because somebody was cheating. And then you hear somebody say every man cheats. Sometimes, you're like, yeah, that might be true. How much can you deal with, though? How much cheating can you deal with? Kids on the side? Can you deal with diseases? Like, how much are you supposed to deal with?
Do you believe people are supposed to be monogamous?
I'm sorry, I'm muting Miss Sislo because there's feedback.
Yeah.
Miss Sislo, I'm muting you because
she got her YouTube up too.
Now, Miss Sislo, you can't come up in here with no feedback, boo.
No, be shame yourself. You can't be watching the YouTube live and on Twitch.
I don't have nothing on, y'all. I don't know what's going on.
I'm muting you. I keep muting you, and you keep unmuting yourself.
She talking.
Because it's some bad. It's some yeah. It's some bad. Yeah.
I hear it though.
So yeah. Sometimes you gotta close all your apps and come back in. Hey, S. Huston, that's another YouTuber in the house. Make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. I told y'all earlier to subscribe to Deanna's channel as well. The one and only S_Hutchinson. Please subscribe to her channel.
So
Thank you,
think
boo.
people are supposed to be monogamous, or that?
I don't know, Karma Diva, because I heard that too. I heard that humans were not made to be monogamous. That's what I heard. Humans were not made.
I ain't sharing, so I ain't got no reason to be cheap. I'm good.
Right. I'm like, I've
Oh, yeah,
always
no.
said I don't share shit.
It's too much. It's too much.
Not knowingly
Too much
anyway.
stress.
It's
Too
too
much
much.
stress.
You welcome, Miss. I'm about to say Miss Sislo because she just jumped off. You welcome, Shelly.
Plus, ain't nothing interesting out here anyway to be worthwhile even considering having a thought about cheating. Cheating for what?
Right.
The only thing I need to be cheating on is spending money.
Hell, I wasn't even dating since the pandemic. I know people out here was meeting people and traveling and doing the pandemic. Like, if I don't already know you,
hell no.
If I ain't already in a relationship with you and I don't already know you, I don't know who the hell you be around.
Had to get that Rona love.
I don't want no Rona love. I want that computer love. Can we take it back?
We had the Rona love.
Yeah.
Ow.
That Rona love, girl. That when we get sick and sneeze on each other.
I want that computer love.
Droplets.
Sneezing and snotting on each other.
As Hutchinson said, I'm too crazy to share.
Like I said, I don't share shit.
I know that's right.
Not willingly.
I know that's right.
Not willingly.
Sharing is not caring.
And I don't care what my mama used to try to say, but that's that old school thinking.
I said, y'all are wonderful. Y'all tried to teach me to share. They really did. That was just one lesson that did not stick with me.
I ain't never heard nothing like that shit.
I know a lot of older women, especially from the South, feel that way about men. But I'm not gonna stay with a man just because it's a possibility the next one might cheat on me as well.
Fuck that.
So
cheat on these nuts, nigga. Bye.
Oh no, I know you wasn't doing it to be bought.
You good, sis? Really?
You can jump back. You can jump back on the You can jump back on the link. You can jump back on the link, Miss Sislo.
Yeah, girl, you ain't talking about watching from the chat. You doing the most.
I know. You better jump back. You better jump back on the link.
Acting all bougie. Like she can't get.
Yeah, quit acting all bougie.
Y'all be ashamed of yourself. How you gonna come?
Know we love her and we love having her.
Don't be trying to get sensitive up in here. You know we is not sensitive, Miss Sislo. You know I love you, girl.
Ooh, as Hutchinson said, that's the problem on YouTube. Too much computer love. You know, I done seen some very handsome, attractive men on YouTube before, but I didn't have my long distance relationship. I had it one.
They messing with Miss Sislo Network, girl. They don't want you to get up on here to speak the truth. That's what that is.
You know that we was having some issues in our neighborhood with the cable for a minute, and I was calling. One time they gave me in 1 month like $150 credit. It was more than my doggone bill. I'm like, y'all don't understand. I work from home. Been working from home for years, way before the pandemic. And I'm also a YouTuber. I'm a vlogger. And y'all messing with my shit every time in the middle of the night, or every time a certain time at night, 9, 10-ish, 11-ish, the internet would go out in North Omaha. And everybody was complaining on Facebook and everything. And I was like, I would call so upset. And it was the same thing. The internet is out in your area.
Was you hollering and cussing?
Well, I didn't curse, but yeah, I was getting my credits because I was upset. I'm like, y'all messing with my money. I gotta keep calling my supervisor and texting my supervisor because I can't work.
Oh wow!
And I'm paying $140 for the highest speed of internet because don't forget, my son, he goes to college, so he was at home all last year during the pandemic. You know, on his computer too. So yeah, I remember
them days when it would go out and.
Yeah, it was almost every single freaking day.
And both of my kids was remote. It was like, look, y'all got to do something. And I got a transformer across the street, like in the back. So they was always back there. Hell, a lot of time they just be standing around. I would go out there and be like, oh, excuse me, what are you doing?
And that's
my kids is in school.
That's the excuse they used to give me. It must be a transformer out. But why is it always North Omaha?
Ain't no damn transformer out in transformer.
It was every day. Remember when we had the snowstorm tone and comedy? That big old, I mean, not the snowstorm, but that big old that big old storm, rainstorm, that thunderstorm and stuff. It was like for like almost a month and a half after that, almost every single evening in North Omaha in the hood, the internet would go out. And I would call every day, upset every day. They was just giving me credits every day. We gonna give you $24 more, $30 more. We gonna give you $15 more.
That's because they know that they shit was faulty from the jump, and them damn switch boxes wasn't no good. But you see what they did? All them millions, all them tens of millions of folks. When my man's was down there in the old market, was working on that Sprint box, and that shit caught fire. And all these folks, they shit was down, and folks, couldn't contact their kids from school. And the Sprint, everybody damn near lost their damn mind. Tens of millions of folks they were going crazy.
Yeah.
But they got that shit fixed quick as hell. But Cox Cable, they manipulate. They the devil.
And they monopolizing like people way down. Do they got it in Texas too? Like people way far away got Cox. Cox is everywhere. And for y'all to be so big and major, y'all should not be having all those issues every single day.
We got the same shit. And in fact, though, funny part about it is now that everybody wants to try to do the fiber optic because the little man, they went undercover for a minute, and Frontier said, "Oh, we got something for y'all since y'all want to manipulate and charge folks all these high prices for this weak ass data. We got y'all. We coming back 3 times stronger." And guess what? Now they're offering fiber optics, and all the folks that had left Frontier and went to Suddenlink now going back to Frontier because they got fiber optics, and they shit is cheaper and 5-10 times faster and reliable.
Damon Cisco says she can't even go live on her channel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's something about that. Depending on where she stays.
That's YouTube.
You know what I'm saying?
And Miss Cisco, I've been wanting you to go live on your channel. I've been harassing you to go live on your channel to discuss with me that new show, the Black Mafia Family. I've been telling her, ooh, because she's from there and she knew a lot of the people who were associated with that family. So she know people associated. She was there during that time of that affiliated. Yeah,
that's expected though. That's
now I see why she ain't been live because
that's expected. You got to expect that from them because they know that she can probably get the truth out or actually can get. They know certain things that she can do, and that's like I said, that's the threat to protocol. So when you're a threat to protocol, you're gonna have all kind of technical issues.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little behind. Like I said, I'm a little behind on the show. I've been working a lot this last week, so I still haven't reviewed last week's episode, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out this weekend before the new episode. I know, and I'm also I didn't review Queen Sugar, and I didn't review what's the other one? Our type of people, our kind of people. That's a good show too. Our kind of people. I'm in love with that show already. But I gotta make up 3 shows this weekend. And while I'm working and on grandparent duty, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but
I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on and why the states are still sitting on all these billions of dollars and ain't giving these folks this money that was supposed.
You talking about for the pandemic?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why these states is dragging their feet to give the citizens and residents and people that actually need that assistance? Why are they still dragging their feet to this day? And it's like, y'all been got this billions. Each state got a certain amount of money. Why are y'all still dragging y'all feet on applying and giving these people what's rightfully due?
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Child. I don't know, but it's really sad because
it's extremely
still
sad.
Really bad for a lot of people. It's really bad still for a lot of people.
There's a whole lot of us out here. I mean, hell, I'm full-time gainfully shit. We got multiple streams, and we still got a little bit behind. But the point is that it shouldn't take month in and month out, and you still telling folks, well, check your mails, or if you did, you did get qualified, but Come on, y'all. Y'all just basically, y'all know what y'all doing. All these price gouging, all this shortages on the,
Man, and that them gas prices in Illinois.
Are they super high?
Damn.
When the next time you going up there, Carmel Diva?
Huh?
When the next time you going up there?
Probably in about a week or so.
A week or so?
Because she got to have an MRI on the 28th. So I'm going to try to go up there at least the day before.
Because I'm just thinking Miss Sislo is right nearby there. And maybe I can ride up with you one of the times that you go visit your mom, and Miss Sislo can hook up with us. Because, you know, she from Detroit, just a few hours around the, around the bend.
Around the hood. Lake Michigan, dear.
The river bend.
Yeah, that would be
old
fun.
bones is
I
cracking,
love me a little road trip. As long as it's not no long-ass road trip, I'm down, because I'm not driving no more 12s, 13s, 15s, 18s. I'm not. Now, Chicago from here, that's about 8 hours, depending on how fast Carmel D would drive. You know, she might be doing 100 out there. But get us there in like 5.
Yeah, this is a half a day drive this way.
It happens.
Yeah, but I would love to hook up with Miss Sislo out there in D-Town as well.
It's too cold up there.
It's not that cold right now.
Yeah,
not in Chicago. Hell, I just left there. Well, it may be now, but last weekend it was like 80 degrees every day.
Okay, y'all.
Yeah, right now here,
y'all 80 degrees to me is still in the high 50s, early 60s.
Well, right now here we about to pull out our Long Johns. It's 47.
Right. Hell, you should have seen me earlier. I was trying to harvest everything out there in the garden.
Yeah, you better get to it.
I know that's
I got it all.
Okay.
I mean, it's still I still got baby tomatoes growing out there, but the bigger ones, I picked all of them. I had to get all the watermelons picked and all the peppers and the few little okra. I still got some cucumbers growing though.
Yeah.
We'll see how they do.
Okay. Well, I told you I'm gonna be over because I want me some tomatoes and some peppers. I'm gonna bring me a big old bag.
You more than welcome. Hell, I got a bag for you. But all right, y'all. I'm going.
All right, honey. I know Miss Sislo's gonna try to get back on here, but I don't know if she's gonna be able to get back on here. But Tone, is there any other topics you wanted to talk about before we wrap it up?
No, I'm good, y'all. I guess I'm just gonna finish drinking on it a little beer, I guess. And
I know. I just pulled my second L.
Yeah, no, I guess.
Y'all need to watch that show for real, because next Friday I want to talk about it with y'all. Karen. Yes.
I'll think about it.
I might have to rent it, girl.
And I knew make sure the wifey watch it too, because I know she gonna be having. I'm telling you, I was watching that shit, and from a black female's perspective, I'm telling you, the shit this white woman was even trying to do with her man. I'm telling y'all gotta watch Karen.
Karen might get stabbed fucking with me. I'm just saying.
I know, right?
I'm telling you, she should have been cut in the first 20 minutes of the show, but because it really literally starts off from the jump, this bitch being racist and entitled and just being a damn Karen.
That don't work for me. So
she'll be shaming herself.
That would have been a short movie. With me, that would have been a short movie.
You hearing noise?
Nope, we hear you fine now.
Yep.
I had to get a whole nother. It's like every device I've tried, I get feedback. This is a phone. A phone that I only use through the internet. It's not even through any carriers or anything. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. But
we can hear you fine now with no feedback or nothing.
Yeah. But I was like talking when you were talking about BMF. I really appreciate the fact that they I'm sorry, I'm kind of hoarse.
That's okay. Take your time.
And I said my voice sound hoarse. I don't look like a horse.
I'm kind of deer, so hey.
So, but I appreciate a lot of the authenticity that they have with regards to, like, you know how most of the time you see something, it looks really Hollywood.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like that White Boy Rick movie.
Mm-hmm.
I never watched it.
The movie about White Boy Rick was like, the guy didn't look like, Rick did not wear his hair in a little curly afro at all.
Mm.
You know, the way he dressed in the movie, he didn't dress like that. Rick dressed like a hip black kid.
Mm-hmm.
He wore his hair in a short crop cut, and he had a long tail in the back. Mm-hmm. Like everybody was wearing those tails.
Oh, the little rat tails.
Yeah,
in the back. He had a long tail in the back. He used to wear all the nicest gym shoes and all this and that, track suits. Mm-hmm. He used to get, I don't know if y'all ever heard of the jingle boots. Remember the jingle boots?
No.
They were like suede boots, and they had buckles on the back, and they used to leave. They would jingle, they would ring. So he used to wear the jingle boots and a nanny gold fur coat, a mink bomber or fur bomb, whatever. He would walk around like with a big fur collar. He drove Benzes, BMWs, and Corvettes. Mm-hmm. He wasn't driving in those old school raggedy cars and lived in a ran down house. They did not live in a ran down house. That movie was not true to life. To me, now some of the facts might have been or whatever, but it wasn't like that. But this
BMF.
The BMF movie, the clothes that they wear, those.
It's all the shit that the ballers and the players and the drug dealers used to wear, like
the language. Mm-hmm. Straight up, what up, doe?
Yeah, what up, doe? When I saw that or heard that, I was like, hey, that's how we used to talk.
Yep, and even like in the last episode when the little girl was dancing, watching the show, that was our local dance show that used to come on called The Scene. It was The Scene, and then became the new dance show. But that was The Scene. Everybody watched The Scene at 6:00 every day. So all of those things were like really true to life. Even the clothes they were, the fact that he had a Benz at 15, 14, all of the drug dealers at 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
Drove
What do you think about the his son playing him?
That's crazy.
Big Meech. What do you think about little?
He's cute too.
He is cute. Do you think he's doing a great job? Because this is his first time acting, and I think he's doing awesome.
And I actually is really good. He looked like him. Mm-hmm. He got that. There's like a certain swag. That they have, and he's got it. Like, and he knows his father better than anybody. So he knows how his father would respond or react to certain things or whatever. So he can give you a true raw reaction.
Kind of like Ice Cube's son in
right.
Exactly.
Not Boys in the Hood, but yeah.
Yeah, and the movie Compton, Straight Outta Compton.
Straight Outta Compton, yeah.
So it's like you know, a lot of the things that went on. Of course, you know, you got some of the Hollywood, even like some of the places they filmed, like you know, Coney Island. Mm-hmm. That's facts. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is like you. It ain't all Hollywood. It's like somebody watching that been gone from Detroit for 20 years, 30 years, or whatever, can watch this movie and say, "Dang, that's bringing back memories."
Yeah, that's like home. It's like being back home
because it's a lot more authentic, and I can appreciate that because it ain't like here we go again, got this bull going on.
Like in Belly when they did Omaha, it was like
Yeah, they was like they went through Omaha, like, but some people like that ain't Omaha. They just pretended like they was in Omaha.
That was
They
in
actually
Jersey.
was in Jersey. And
Yeah.
then they was in a set. They was on a movie set too.
Yeah,
Omaha
like
near resemble
they
Omaha at all.
They went to Canada, and I'm like, you went right across the bridge because you know Detroit. Detroit is literally 5 minutes away from the country of Canada. Like we are literally 5 minutes away from a whole nother country. So like you went to another country to film a movie about Detroit when you was in Detroit. Why not be honest and film in Detroit?
It was cheaper.
Right.
It was crazy. But you know, a lot of that, like I said, Rick have a lot to do with. And you know, I went to school with Rick. I went to high school. Matter of fact, I talked to him on Instagram since he been home. His best friend was my neighbor across the street. He was there. I was talking to him about that. He was there when they brought his body out, when they killed his best friend. He was there when they brought his body out. And I was like, you know, I know that, you know, bring back some. He was like, man, that was the hardest thing I ever had to relive, thinking about Steve. And see, Steve and I, me and Steve's first cousin, Carlton, were the best. That was like my best male friend at that time. But Steve and I, we had this love-hate relationship kind of thing. Like, what's up, punk? Hey, punk, F you back. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we still respected each other. We are shut up, B.
Melissa.
But
hey, Melissa.
When he got killed by a member of the Best Friends hit crew. The Best Friends hit crew. And it was in retaliation of allegedly Steve testifying against one of them on a murder trial. So they came into Steve's house. I was at home when it happened. Steve literally lived across the street and 1, 2, 3 houses over, straight in front of me. So when they came in, the guy came in. He came in through the back door, kicked the back door. Steve, Patrick, Patrick's Steve's little cousin, Tracy's little sister was there, and little George. They were in the house when the guy kicked the door in, and the guy shot him, just started shooting. Steve told his little cousin, the girl, he said, play dead. That's the only way you're gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it, but I want you to play dead. They shot him. They shot him with a gun and put a silencer on it. That's why we didn't hear any gunshot. All I know is when they came in and they opened the door, I heard somebody screaming. But when I came down outside, his Uncle George was walking up and down the street with his hands holding his hands in his head saying, they didn't have to kill him. I told my stepmom, I said, something's going on. Because there's a lot of people at Steve's house and the police and everybody's out there. I at Miss Russell's house. And I said, and Steve is not coming, he's not around. He said he hasn't shown up yet. I was like, something is going on with Steve because he hasn't showed up yet. And something was going on at his house or his grandma owned house. So a couple of minutes later, I had to take my best friend to work. She was staying with us at the time. Took her to work and came back. As soon as I pulled off myself, I said they brought his body out in the body bag. Rick, white boy Rick, was standing right outside when they brought his body out.
Damn.
That's how close to the situation I was. So I can look at this movie and tell if it's some bull crap or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you from D-Town. You from Detroit.
And I was
you were
here.
affiliated with certain people, yeah.
Yeah, I was here when a lot of that stuff was going on, and I knew a lot of people that were involved. Now, I didn't know the Finnery brothers. I didn't know them, and they were younger than I was. They're a little younger than me, but they were in Southwest Detroit. Out of Southwest Detroit, there's a lot of blacks and Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? That's who stay out that way. So I never even when I went out here, Southwest always had a bad reputation though for being like you get in and get out kind of thing.
So what was the worst part of Detroit? Like in our city of Omaha, we know it's North Omaha where most of the crimes and violence is. But
all of Detroit is rough. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You just got to, the wealthier parts are the parts that's probably better.
So is that like where's the wealthier part? Like the suburban areas? Is that like north or is it east?
Where Aretha had a house, which is like out in the Boston Edison district.
So is it like north, east?
That's right in the middle of like Woodward is what separates the east side and west side. So the Boston Edison district falls right in off of Woodward, like in that little. It's like a cluster of blocks.
Oh, okay.
And then you have Indian Village, which is on the right there on the east side, off of Jefferson, which is off the river. That's like downtown. It takes you. It's the thoroughfare from downtown Detroit out to like Grosse Pointe and all of that. That's where Anita Baker lives, uncle, in Grosse Pointe.
Now, have you ever been to Anita's? Not Anita, but who did you just mention? I'm tripping. Aretha. Have you ever been to her house? Like, is it still there? Is it still lived in by her family?
When she passed away, she passed away. She was staying in her apartment, which is in a high rise downtown.
Oh, and so who lives in the house now?
She had like 5 houses now.
Oh, okay, because I was just thinking about the one that's on the show, the main big house that's on the movie.
She hadn't been in on the movies. She hadn't been in that house in years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she hadn't been in it out. It's somebody lives in it now.
I was just wondering if it was like one of those houses where celebrities live and they turned it into a tourism site, or
No, she actually sold that house.
Okay.
They sold the house, but the person that lives in it, will let like TV crews and all that kind of stuff come through.
That is so cool to be living in the house of a legend.
Yeah. And it was a nice house too. She had this rose-looking wallpapers on the wall, on some of the she had her thing. Mm-hmm. And then my brother, God rest his soul, used to work. He was a supervisor with ADT. And when she had her house out in Farmington Hills, which is now that's where the ballers live, like all of the Pistons and all that, they live out there because that's where the big mansions are in Farmington Hills.
The Pistons. I used to like the Pistons back in the day with Isaiah and them.
Isaiah, that was the bad boys. So she would girl set her alarm when she lived in Farmington Hills, set her alarm, go to bed, whatever. She get up at 1, 2 in the morning, go into the kitchen and trip the alarm. So my brother would have to call Miss Franklin, is everything okay? We got it. She's like, child, I'm sorry, I was going to the kitchen, give me something to eat. He said, I don't know how many times.
She must have had the alarm on away. I've done that before. I accidentally put the alarm on away.
You can bypass certain rules, but when you got
yeah.
It's like you setting. You want to make sure it.
It's so technical with these alarms. Even if you want to bypass the basement or bypass the kitchen or living room. Yeah.
But there's so much like they're redoing Motown. They did redoing Motown now so that it's more tourist friendly, and they're gonna have it where it's like a little mini mall in it and all this. They doing a lot of stuff to it now, and it's about time. It's and Motown is actually 2 houses next to each other that Berry Gordy purchased and built a walkway up like a skywalker. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to go outside to go from one house to the other. And they made one house was the studio and the other house was the business office. So now they're working on it to make it a more attractive where you'll be able to shop in there and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I know Carmel Diva, we had talked about it before.
Yeah.
But she had to drop off. But her mother, she had to move her mother up to a care facility in Chicago. So she's trying to get up there as much as she can, to visit her mother, so she don't feel so alone up there. But I told her, I said, we're gonna have to hook up with you on one of your trips up there because you 4 hours away from Chicago?
Like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I told her, I said, we got to hook up with you. So I don't know which weekend I'm going to travel with Carmel Diva because I think she's trying to get up there like at least once a month or something like that to visit her mother. But I'm going to travel up there with her, so she ain't got to go up there by herself all the time because, I guess a lot of people are fortunate enough to have their parents in those type of facilities in town. But I can't imagine, having my mom miles and miles and miles away to a specific facility that's capable of giving them what she need, and I'm hours away. And so I told her that I will try to get with her on some of her trips up there so she ain't got to travel all by herself. But then I've mentioned you right there, so that would be fun, like to hook up with you sometime, because you're only a few hours away. So we're gonna try to work that out.
Sounds like a winner to me.
Then we can all go out and, have a good time. And, you take us sightseeing or something. I want to see Aretha's house.
You better see a lot of stuff.
But that'll be so fun, especially with Black Mafia Family out right now, to be able to visit the city where that's being taken place. Because I've never been to Detroit ever. So that would be cool.
Well, there's a lot to see. Good and bad.
Yeah, well, that's how it is here, Tom? A lot of stuff good and a lot of stuff bad here. In Omaha, Nebraska.
Right.
It ain't all cornfields like everybody thinks. Like, how people think it's cornfields in the city?
It's a mini Detroit. It's a mini Detroit, Chicago, mini LA, mini New York, mini Houston, mini Chicago, mini Miami, mini
Chicago. Yep. That's what Omaha is. Yeah. Sure, we got the cornfields, way out there in the country parts, coming in the city or coming in the state and stuff. But Omaha's a little big city with a lot of Black people. They think ain't no Black people. Still in 2021, they think ain't no Black people living in Omaha, Nebraska.
Don't let the cornfields fool you.
Don't let the cornfields fool you, because we holding and toting and all kind of other shit up here. Trust and believe. Trust and believe.
A bunch of hillbillies.
Yeah. Shit, matter of fact, was it back in the late 80s when was it the late 80s or the early 80s when the gangs started coming here from the West, and all the drugs and crack and
that was the mid to late.
Mid to late 80s?
Yeah, probably like
80s. Well, it used to be bad.
When colors hit the theaters.
Yeah, when colors hit, yep.
It's spreading like wildfire. But before that, it was more say of like neighborhood crews. It was kind of identical to like Detroit. They had their different crews.
Yeah. I ain't seen that movie in a long time. Now you just said it. I'm like, now I gotta go watch it because I haven't seen Colors. I ain't seen that movie in the grip. Did I just say the grip? Ooh, I'm old school.
Yeah, but Detroit got good history, man. I got a few OG partners from up there. I think one from the east and the other from the west. So that dressing wars, that shit be live to me. I'll be tripping off them cats, man. They be,
the way they be dressing.
Detroit got that swag for real. I'm gonna tell you.
They have the shoes, the gators, and all that. Steve Harvey come here. He loved going to City Slicker. be slicking. You got a girl. It ain't
I
no
like
better
that scene on the TV show, Miss Sislo, when their drug dealer, well, their supplier had that party, and everybody in there. That was what was that, episode 2? When their supplier had that party, and everybody in there was in the minks and the furs and the
that's how they step
gold.
out. That's how they work around. That's how they do. But you know,
I ain't watched it yet. I gotta watch the episode.
You have to watch it. It's only on episode 4. Comes on Sunday night.
No,
so you only 3 episodes.
You can watch it early Saturday though.
You only 3. Yeah, you can watch it early Saturday. So you only 3 episodes behind. So just binge watch those. But it's really good. I absolutely recommend. If I don't recommend y'all nothing else to watch, I recommend BMF Black Mafia Family. And it's based off a true story. That's what makes it so good. And like Miss Sissel said, she from Detroit. She from D-Town. So like a lot of the scenery and a lot of the images they're displaying, the way they dress, the way they talk, the cars they drove. She said they really making it authentic. Like really authentic of the Detroit way of life. You know, back then in the drug world, the gang world, the crime organizations. So that's why I've been waiting on her to go live. Like, Miss Sislo, why you ain't went live? This show.
I really need to invest in a nice laptop, but once I get, my financial situation straight, I'll be able to do a lot more than what I'm doing right now. I really, my grandbaby doing better than me, and she got 2 subscribers.
Yeah, a good laptop does pay off, and I ain't gonna lie. My laptop I got from Nebraska Furniture Mart, and it cost about $650. Of course, there was more that were less, and there were some that were more expensive. But I got a decent one for $650, and I love it to death. Actually, make it so bad. I had an accident with it maybe a month or maybe 2 months ago, and I had dropped it in a screen crack. So I had to get the screen fixed, and I dropped it on concrete in my garage, and the screen had broke, and I had to take it to a shop to get the screen fixed. But still, the whole computer, that was like 3 months ago. That thing, I ain't had no problems with it. So it's a nice HP. It was a nice HP from Nebraska Furniture Mart. But yeah, when you're a blogger, when you vlogging and you blog, it pays to have some decent equipment. Now, I ain't saying you gotta spend the whole, but decent equipment, yeah. But if you're just starting off as a blogger, I started off with my cell phone. And then I started off with an older laptop, and then I started off with a newer laptop. So don't ever think if you want to become a blogger or a YouTuber or anything that you got to have all this really, really expensive stuff. Because a lot of people here, tell them, Miss Sislo, a lot of people on here, they just come on as they self and sitting in their living room or outside on their patio, their porch, and they be having lots of followers, lots of subscribers. And they don't have all the different gadgets and
don't care about it either.
Right, the graphics and all those. Yeah, they don't.
Okay.
But yeah, so for those who starting off on YouTube or blogging, just go with it and you just build up from there. So yeah. But
right on.
Yeah. But other than that, guys, we almost on our 3-hour mark. Miss Sislo, I'm gonna have to hit you up because when you are having some good internet up there, I do want to join you on your show, support your show when you talking about that show or whatever. Because we miss you. I'm like, where's Miss Sis? Why she ain't been going live?
She been minding her own business.
She been MIA. I'm like, everybody else going live. I'm like, what Miss Sislo at?
And sometimes I have with the fibromyalgia and the degenerative
like your days.
I have a lot of I have some really challenging moments when it's hard to walk and the pain is like now I can barely put I can't put any weight on my pressure on either hip.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta have both hips and both knees replaced. So it's like sometimes I'm in a lot of pain. I'm just not in the mood to.
I get it. I understand. I know somebody A close friend of mine who had a double hip replacement, maybe like 8 years ago. And I swear he had a lot of troubles, and then he got the hip replacement. And I'm telling you, he's been out there running, jogging, playing sports. It was like a total,
big difference.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes you know, hey, the body does sometimes what we don't want it to do, and we have no control over it, no matter how well we try to take care of our bodies. I know people you would look at them and they just seem like they just perfectly fit, and they have to have knee replacements and hip replacements.
Heart issues
And diabetes. Like, people think all fat people and all black fat people who grew up on soul food be the ones with diabetes. I know people who barely weigh 100 pounds, 150 pounds, very active, and they be having like diabetes and heart problems because skinny people who might be able to eat 10, 20,000 calories and not look like it, they still eating. They still intaking that. So it's still affecting their insides, even if they are skinny. Even if they are skinny. So don't think that every skinny person don't have no health issues.
Oh yeah, let them know.
Or you gotta be fat to have health issues. Shoot. And that's the thing. When I was skinny, I used to eat everything under the sun. And my auntie Frank, her name Frankie, my auntie Frank, we call her Auntie Frank. She used to tell me all the time, Pooh, because that was my nickname, Pooh Pooh. If you don't stop being that girl, you're gonna do this. Now I'm like, nah, I can eat whatever I want. I'm skinny. Shoot, I can eat whatever Child. I'm telling you. It's the skinny people who don't believe that they gonna ever get sick. Or get fat, for that matter.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a witness.
Hey, same, baby. Yes.
She went way back.
Oh yeah, I gotta do my Joseph.
Yeah, childish.
But okay, y'all. It was fun tonight. I'm gonna wrap it up. We are at our 3-hour mark, and I'll be trying to keep it at 3 hours, even though I know I enjoy you guys. I can go all night with you guys, like, honest to God. But I know, like, with our longer shows, if you're a blogger, you know that in the end, on these longer shows, you don't get that many views on the really long shows after you wrap it up because they so long. People are like, damn, what the fuck? They like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. So that's why on our really long shows, I take different segments out sometime and create a totally different video for just that segment. I do that a lot on our really long shows. But I thank everybody as usual. Miss Sislo, let me know whenever you go on live or whatever you want to talk about, because I love supporting your channel. So please subscribe to the YouTubers that dropped down in the chat today. Melissa King, she dropped down in the chat today. Also Miss S Hutchison, the one and only S_Hutchison, whose name is Shelly, or Shells as some people like to call her. And also, of course, Deanna Irvin, that's my booski. Make sure you sign up to her channel as well. And of course, Miss Sislo Newsworthy Updates. Make sure you sign up to her channel as well. Every Friday night, we like to shout out all the YouTubers that come through. And on that note, everybody, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all time. I love you guys so very much. Thanks for supporting us. Yes, love you on purpose. And ain't nothing you can do about it. That's right, Miss Sislo.
Y'all know what it is.
All right, love you, Tone and wife. I don't know if she's in the background or not, but yes, tell her we said hi. Hey, boo. But yeah, you guys have a good night and have a wonderful weekend. And Tone, Karen, and BMF, get caught up, hon.
Oh, I haven't seen Karen, but I'm gonna have to look at it.
Yes, Miss Sislo, you gotta watch Karen too, because we're gonna discuss that next Friday. I want to discuss Karen with you guys. That movie was like lit, like totally lit. For real.
I'm gonna check it out.
All right. Okay. Love you guys.
All right.
Good night.
Always keep it hood.
Yes.
Keep it hood.
All right, you guys. Good night.